Y'all already know. Okay, I was saying Tashanna's here. As I said last night, that I was coming live so that Tashanna can help me with these plants and to give me next steps. Next steps on what to do. Okay, she's already on here. Hey Tashanna, look at
Mhm.
all that beauty behind you and you too. You too.
You know,
Why
you gotta give
you why you
give
showing
them the garden.
you're in your garden? Oh, that looks so nice.
Yeah.
What is that big leaf back there? What is that?
This is actually what I'm working on right now. This is my Brussels sprouts. And as we in between of whatever we're doing, you're gonna hear me crop. I'm gonna cause these are the little Brussels sprouts right here.
Hold on,
But
let me
you
put you. Can I put you? No, I want to put you like big on here. How do I put you? Let me take me down.
um these are the Brussels sprouts here, but you have to keep this part of it cropped down here of these big leaves so that the energy goes to the Brussels sprouts, growing them instead of growing all these leaves. And you can actually eat these leaves too, kind of like cabbage or collard greens or whatever. So that's what these big leaves are. And eventually I'm gonna turn the camera around and be pointing to it because I'm gonna crop them. I haven't had a chance to be able to crop them yet with all that's been going on.
Right. So, like, how many Brussels sprouts it will come off of one plant, like at one time?
If you look down, like it'll probably have anywhere from like 40 of them on
40.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
So when you ready to crop them or whatever,
Mhm.
you just cut the whole thing off and take it in the house and like pop all the Brussels sprouts. You know, if that's
Oh,
how
I
many you want,
see.
or you can pop your Brussels sprouts off and just let the rest of them grow according to how much you want to eat. So I got a
Right. I've
bunch.
never seen a Brussels sprout plant. I guess I never thought about I
Yeah,
never
it's
thought about it.
it's in the same family as like collard greens and cabbage. They
Cabbage,
all
yeah.
the brassica family.
Right. Look at Good Food said, oh my God, they're beautiful. They are.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can y'all imagine just living around? That's just you are just blessed. Hi, Brianna. Okay, so
And
look
I
at
want you to
my
know
lettuce.
I can't see the chat. So if somebody asking a question in the chat,
Okay, I
then you
will.
gotta let me know or whatever. Cause okay, okay, this
That's my
this
good
is the lettuce you up potted.
Yep. No, this remember I had to repot.
You had to yeah, you what I'm saying when I say up pot, you take it from a
I
whole
mean, no,
bunch of
not a pot. That lettuce died. I had to like grow some different ones
do
because
some
they
more.
didn't make it. They didn't make it when I repotted them.
Okay, but the ones they're laying down to the ground and they leggy like because a lack of sunlight. So the
Even though I
longer,
used to grow light every day for like 12 hours.
even though you even though you go lettuce will let you know. Okay, we finna we teaching a different language now, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so the lettuce will tell you whether it's getting enough sunlight or not
Uh-huh.
by how tall it keep growing. Because once it get adequate sunlight, it will stop being so leggy and then start giving you more leaves. It doesn't mean anything wrong with your plant because you gonna keep your plant. You can go to put it into something else, and what you want to do is instead of putting your finger a little bit in, if the length of the stem on the lettuce is long as your finger, you're gonna take and stick your finger all the way down into the soil, and you're gonna plant the stem too.
The entire stem.
The entire stem, make it go back to like you just got your little leaves on the top of it. And yeah,
Okay.
they other than that, they look good. That's fine. That's
So
something
when
that
I
happens.
redo that, none of the stems should be showing.
Yeah, you can leave a little bit of the stem showing, or you can plant it all the way up to the leaf. It's up to you.
So okay, now it's like 35, 40 degrees. Even though it's a little sun out there, do you think I should just put them out on the porch?
Lettuce is a as a lettuce, collard greens, and all of that stuff. Cool weather plants.
I could have been took y'all outside.
Yeah. And
Oh
and
my God. Okay, so that's what
ano-
I'm gonna do for. I'll work on that today for the lettuce. I'm
and now
gonna
let me if you get too scared and you think, oh my God, it's too cold for them. What would you do to your one of your babies if they got cold?
just bring them in.
No, you don't gotta
I put
bring them in.
something over it. Can I put
Right.
okay,
If you taking them somewhere because we're dealing with a baby going outside, right?
right.
If you take them out
Yeah,
there, you can put something on it so it doesn't smash the top of them. But you can
okay.
cover. You can if you're afraid that it's too cold for them because you mama.
Yeah,
Put a blanket. You can put a blanket or a towel or something over the top of them, and
okay,
they'll be fine as long as like it's not snowing for days and days and days.
right.
I'm not from the snow, so I'm telling you what I feel like
Right, right,
is
yeah.
best for them because sometimes it get
Yeah.
cool here.
Yeah.
When it drop below the 30s, you want to give your plants a cover, and during the daytime while the sun is shining. Go
Mhm.
out and uncover them, let them get some sun, and then cover them back up at nighttime.
Okay, let me see. I'm just trying to get to the chat.
Okay.
Um, let's see. Oh no, I'm not on this. I'm on get your big ass up. So like instead of repotting them, can I just add the soil up to the neck of the
You could do that, but what I'm looking at it now, and just to get it done the right way now, they too close to each other.
oh, they're still too close.
Yeah, they too
They're
close to
still
it.
too
And let
close.
me hold your pot up again so I can see the whole pot. Okay, in something like that, one lettuce will take up. I'm gonna flip my camera around.
Okay,
I think no, I ain't. I'm gonna just turn it around so you can see.
okay.
My
Ah,
lettuce has gone to it's bolting because it done got hot here
yeah,
in Florida.
look at that.
This is this is my lettuce. So I'm just giving you an idea to look at it and say that pot that you got right there is sufficient enough for one lettuce. This done bolted is still like edible, but it will kind of taste bitter right now at this time. So you want to think of giving it enough room so that it grows. So thinking about that pot that you have it in right now, if I would tell you, I would say go ahead and break it down and put one in each one of those kinds of pots. Is what I say about that one. Where you went to, Gam?
Man. Girl, briefly he'll say, is that Lexi howling? No, that's those roosters. Like Tashanna got a garden, but she got chickens and roosters and all over there. Man, no, that is not Lexi.
Nah, hold Lexi, I ain't hollering like that.
Look, so I said that's probably Tashawn's animals. Okay, so these need
Yeah.
to be repotted. And if I want to save more than one, I think I'll get another pot like this because I eat so much lettuce that I probably want at least two at a time grow.
Yeah,
I eat this every day.
if it's something that you do at least 2 or 3 times out the week,
Yeah.
do 3 plants.
Yeah, I probably, yeah, I
Cause,
probably gotta
'cause
do
then
way more.
when
I
you
hope
grow,
they survive this time. I'm so
when
scared to move
you
them.
gon' even if they don't, remember what we're gonna keep on doing is we're gonna keep on going back at it. That's why you don't use all of your seeds and everything. But
Yeah,
this
that's
time,
true.
your lettuce look good. That's inside of those pots that you just showed me. It's gonna work this time. So I'm just telling you, get that one of those pots what you have right there. Put your
Mhm.
finger down in the center of the pot,
Yeah.
center your plant, and put the stem down in it. And without crushing against it, press the soil up against the sides of the
Don't
plant.
pack it. Don't pack it.
Yep, you pressing it like towards the plant,
Yeah.
and
But does it have to be tight?
no,
Okay.
just put it down and in the thing, and push your soil down in there around it,
Okay.
and press down just a little bit around it, not too much. Don't overthink it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. Okay.
just do it, and one each. And if you're gonna do 3 of them, so
Mhm.
that way, because when you harvest your lettuce, you see
Mhm.
how I was just taking those leaves from the bottom. You want to take your bottom leaves from off of there and
Oh.
leave like maybe 3 or 4 at the top. And
Mm.
then so the next night you ready to do lettuce, you're gonna pull from your next plant
Well, I'm
that you
gonna
got
talk to
there.
you again before I get to that part to
Okay.
actually let you show me. Let me see. So let's say, hey Taya, that's probably Tashawn's animals. Okay. So now this is my bell pepper.
Okay. So I showed you the bell pepper. I actually did a video on that, but for the sake of us doing this video right here, I'm gonna
Mhm.
go and get one of my bell pepper plants that I up potted, and I'm gonna show you. Um, because eventually, what's gonna happen to you with I'm not gonna even go and get the plant, right?
Yeah.
Because right now those peppers look so pretty,
Hmm.
but unlike the lettuce, it ain't gonna grow. That right there.
Yeah.
If you see people's like hedges or whatever like that,
Yeah.
you want to think of your pepper as that. They
Oh,
grow up, they grow really big, and
oh.
you want to deal with something kind of like what
Those
the
five
tomato,
gallon.
yeah, with a 5 gallon, and you only want to put one, and I'll say you can
Mhm.
go up to two, but you want to give the roots enough room to grow
Yeah.
and kick out you some bell peppers.
Okay, you did a short on it.
Yes, I did a short on
Okay.
me up potting but I up potted my bell peppers because I already have a bell pepper plant that puts me out plenty of bell peppers
Yeah.
already.
They grow
So
tall.
yeah, they'll grow tall.
Okay.
I'll tell you, the tallest bell pepper plant I had was about 4 feet tall.
Hmm. Okay.
And it bushes out like a real hedge for real. So if
Okay.
you want to, if it's a lot of different ways, like people make hedges in their yard and they grow hedges, but it don't produce anything. You can
Yeah.
take a bell pepper plant and make a hedge out of it, but it give you back something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Instead of just
so
the
I need to start thinking about taking these out and putting them. Okay, so when I get my raised garden, they can go in there though, right?
yes.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, you need to just make sure that they gotta if you're gonna put it in something, I will tell you, don't go with anything that's less than a ruler's length, 12 inches deep
Okay.
for a bell pepper plant. Because
Okay.
it doesn't have to grow real big. I'm just trying to get you to get your full potential out of it. The
Right.
smaller that you plant it in, the less it
Right.
grows,
Right.
but it still will give you bell peppers.
Right. So I got to get out of the mindset of thinking, put all the seeds in there to get a lot. Like literally, you are saying that each seed is a whole plant.
It absolutely is a whole plant.
It's the weirdest thing to
So
me.
so let me say this. If you wanted, let's just say you wanted 5 lettuce or 5 peppers, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't want to plant just 5 of them because
You pick off of them,
what
you're
if
going to catch
one or
out the
two
other.
doesn't grow? If you
Right.
want 5 of them, plant 10. Plant
Right.
10 seeds.
Okay.
You will have what you need then, and then you just kind of look for somebody like you sharing with your mom what
Yeah.
you already sprouted. You can go and give her the other 5.
Right.
If all 10 of them come up, you just figure out somebody to give it to. So
Yeah.
my bell peppers, what I do is when I while they grow,
Mm.
anytime I go in the house, I always say, you got seeds growing, take them and throw them out in the yard somewhere
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
got to. You ain't necessarily got to plant them there. You'll see them come up somewhere.
Right.
So what I do is I take my if I cut open a bell pepper, I take the seeds from it and I sprinkle it in my bell pepper, the planting thing that I have them in.
Yeah.
And when the babies come up, I just take them from out of there and I up pot them, and then I find people like to give them to and stuff.
Right.
So
Oh. Okay. Now this is my serrano pepper. So the same thing, right?
same thing.
Yeah.
Same exact thing for them. They need their own space. They need something. I always say go with a I don't only have the 5 gallon buckets, but let me show you
Let me put you up here.
um those black pots right there. And y'all see the little oil pan situation that I put at the bottom of it. So it's like today we woke up to plenty of, it was pouring down raining today. But I keep those at the bottom of them for like a reservoir. So and those are like 2.5 gallon pots. So I would say don't go with anything less than that when you talk about your peppers and your Toronto peppers, your bell peppers and everything. They like in the same group.
Yeah.
You want to give them some space to grow, but you can
Right.
keep them in that right there, the 2.5 gallon
Mhm.
pot, and never have to
So if I want to just not even be messing around with the small things, like the next thing I plant, if I just take it outside because it'll be warm enough in a second and just put it outside, then I can just leave it alone until they grow. I don't have to like repot them or anything, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
You thinking in the right way. So that's what some of my stuff, I used to start everything on the inside and then move it to the outside, but it's like creating more work.
Yeah.
If you want to direct sow, which is that's what it's called. You put the seed into the place where it's gonna stay at forever. So you ain't gotta move it around or
Right.
nothing. You just have to keep up with the fertilization of it. Um in that case, when you plant seeds, direct sow it, put two to three seeds in the same place. And the one that grows the best, you just pinch the head off the other two and leave
Okay.
them growing like
Right.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, is this enough dirt in here? Like, should I be? Because my dirt is like way down there. Am I supposed to be like bringing this up to the top?
And I'll tell you right now, anytime you planting in a pot or whatever, just from the get go, fill your pot all the way up because you're not gonna throw away your soil. You
Right.
can you can keep your soil forever.
Right. Right. That's
So
what I
you're
was,
not
I
gonna.
was like, I wasn't thinking about maybe I'm not giving it enough, to like grow down there.
Yeah, and I don't want you to overthink it anyways. Anytime you plant seeds, they can
Mhm.
grow in these little bitty tiny cells that's as big as this right
Yeah.
here, big around. So you don't need a whole bunch of room for them to start out. But if you want to do it in a way where I ain't got to move this no more, none of that right there, I'm gonna
Right.
put it where it's gonna go at. Then think of it in putting it that way.
Right. Okay. So that answers all the questions about, especially about this lettuce. I was real worried about that. So now I know I definitely got to get more soil for that.
So, okay, if you're gonna keep your lettuce in that pot that you have it in, which is that pot is sufficient for you to grow some lettuce in it, right?
Oh.
But you want to fill it all the way to the top
Hmm.
and then put your finger right in the middle and plant it in the
Each
center
one.
of it.
Right.
Right.
Okay. So I need to go get 3 or 4 of these. But I'm glad you told me that it was a cool weather plant
It
because
is.
now I can separate them all and I can just go ahead and put them outside. So you think I should maybe bring them in at night, maybe?
You ain't got to babysit them like that.
Okay, good. Okay, I can
If
just
you
sit them
think
out.
if you think it's too cool for them, like I said, you can choose to bring them in at nighttime since you got them in those small pots like that
Yeah.
right there, and just sit them by the door. So then you ain't got to worry about going out there and wrapping them up. I'm just gonna get them and
Yeah.
bring them on the inside.
Yeah.
But I don't want. I don't. I know Gamble's world when it comes to the outside world.
Right, right.
And see the
Oh,
pots.
yeah, you could be bringing bugs back and forth.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I didn't think about that.
once you put them out there,
They gotta
and
go.
there's an ecosystem that goes on inside of your garden. So you
Yeah.
gonna get the bugs that be in there. So for you, it might be better for you to cover them instead of bringing them inside
Yeah, they
your
definitely would be
house before
covered.
you find something that's crawling around and you be in there crawling up the
Right,
wall with it.
all these plants to be in the garbage that day. I don't care what they look like.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate your cow. Okay, so now I know it's about. Let me see. Let me check the weather here once. Oops, drop my one of my phones. See what the weather is here because I think it's about like yesterday it was snowing.
Hmm.
Okay, it's 38. But let's see, for this like Wednesday, it's gonna be 42, Thursday 40, Friday 47, then it's getting into the 60s.
All of those numbers are higher than 30. So you're gonna be good. It won't freeze the
Okay.
plant up. It won't freeze the plant up or any of that stuff. Like what you're looking for is like 30 and below. And I even think lettuce and collard greens and stuff can go a little bit cooler
Wow,
than that
I
right
did not
there.
know that. I thought I had to
Yeah.
wait till this weather get like 60.
No, actually, see my lettuce, I'm telling you, it's bolting. Once it start to get hot, that's the first thing the lettuce do is it shoot up and it start to go to seed. But I don't pull mines up because remember, if you planted a seed, the last thing your plant is gonna do is give you back seed. So you never have to go and buy those seeds again. You
Right.
have your own supply of seeds. So that's why I left my lettuce there. So it grows the seeds up to the top of it. I'm gonna actually show you. Um that's one of my lettuce plants.
Got it, y'all. Chakal said that's the reason why she left hers outside. That's right, Chakal. You should have told me that. Look at the garden. Oh, that I
Yeah,
am just man.
that's one of my lettuce plants that's gone to seed right there.
What is that?
And
Romaine lettuce.
yes,
Mm, mm, mm.
it
Look at
it has
that.
gone to seed, so I leave it there to create seeds. I got a broccoli plant that's up there. The
So how
seeds
do the
on it.
stores get the all those leaves to be like the way they are when you buy them?
They
Because yours look
eventually,
so sprouted, like
yeah,
separate.
they eventually go to that place, and a lot of them do hot like hydroponic.
Okay.
And I'm not into
Yeah.
that right there. I want the old school stuff. I don't know what they doing with all
Mm,
of this new school stuff. I don't know
exactly.
what that put into your plants and all of that stuff right there. So I haven't ventured out to any of that stuff right there. I'm going my daddy is a gardener and my grandma was a gardener, but my grandma is the one that poured into me to show
Right.
me. When I came out in the garden with her, I was able to ask any questions that I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
I was able
I'm so
to
jealous. But I just look at your back. I'm looking like if there's anything in life like that, it just seemed like the goal. Like I don't know, like some people might be some different stuff, but like when I be looking at your garden, it just looked like that's like the goal for my life. Like when
oh
people
yeah.
say when I retire, I want to do this, or when I get older, I want to do this. I want to relocate here. I'm looking like, ain't that like the goal right there? Like that right there?
Yeah, it's like so peaceful. I say the only thing that I'm missing now is like my porch that I want to sit on like when it rain and stuff like that. I love the rain. When I got off live last night, I was like, I'm about to try and go to sleep. Honey, that the heavens opened up last night and the way it was dumping that rain, I got
Yeah.
right on up and just was came back live and I was like, y'all listen to the rain with me.
Right, right,
I love that
dang.
dog. So I say at this age in my life, the only thing I'm missing is a porch.
Of
It's like
course.
when I turned 40, I started turning to acting like a grandma. Hey, a real grandma. I was like, all I can do is I can imagine myself sitting on the back porch, just
Right,
talking to my friend with a glass of lemonade or whatever, and just
right. I just wanted to make
absorbing.
some lemonade. That's why I was
Yeah,
late. I was making the kids some lemonade.
yeah,
Man,
absorbing.
that is so pretty, Chacal. But that's the goal. I'm just getting ready to tell these people because you know I live in a duplex. The people upstairs own it. I'm just about to tell them I'm getting ready to take over y'all yard.
Okay,
I'm just
and
gonna let them know that I have to have y'all yard.
you might, and you never know, you might be being contagious. They start seeing it,
Right,
they probably want to join you.
right.
They
Ain't
probably
no way
want to
they can tell
join.
me no about them. Like they wouldn't tell me no
Yeah,
anyway. But I'm just gonna be like, I'm just getting ready to. I need half the yard for this. They gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm gonna let them know I need half the yard. I'm on a mission.
yeah, because I'm telling you, once you get into it, you lose
Yeah,
control for a minute. You go absolutely crazy, and you
right,
start planting everything in the world, and then it gets overwhelming. you know,
right.
cause see, you already done told me. See, you got that takeover spirit like I do too. And it kick in different ways, right?
Yeah,
So at this 1 minute, it's like, oh, I'm finna take over and use all of this space right here. And
yeah.
then it drives you, you know, when you take over somebody else's stuff and you figure out, it's like, now how in the world did I get here in this place and
Right,
I'm doing
right,
everything and they ain't helping me do nothing?
right, right.
So
Exactly.
it'll drive you crazy like that right now. And then the next thing that comes is balance.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just
The
gonna try to
balance.
get the things I know I buy all the time.
Right.
You know, I'm just gonna
Right.
get to that stuff. If I could just
That,
do that stuff, like if I get these lettuce up under control and the bell peppers, that's probably like the
that's
most that I eat at least probably like 3 to 5 times a week. And if I don't
that's
have
the
to buy
intent.
that, like that would be a lot. But I just want to like dip into like some other stuff. I just think it's going to be hard. It just seemed to me like fruit might be harder to grow here.
Hmm.
Like that's because because fruit they need warm weather, right?
Like more like tropical
Yeah,
weather and stuff like that.
right, yeah.
For a
You
lot
got
of them,
like
yep.
that before 40. I love being outside enjoying God's air. Yes, Chicago. That's what I said this year. I just want to get this garden going and I want to spend more time at the lake. That's what I want to do. I want to spend more time like actually going, driving to the lake and meditating.
Yeah, you sound all like me. See the Brussels sprout leaves, they look just like collard greens
They do.
or
What
whatever.
do
But
they taste like?
and you it's Brussels sprout, you know, ain't nothing but a little miniature cabbage.
So I'm talking about the leaves taste like
The-
cabbage too?
the-
Okay.
And you can cook them just like you would collard greens,
Oh,
cabbage, or whatever. Even the leaves off your broccoli, you can they taste just like
right.
collard greens. Whenever I used to harvest my broccoli, because you got to keep the leaves on the broccoli like maintained to like crop them off of there. I
Yeah.
just used to put them in right with my collard greens, and you
And see, whenever I
nobody.
buy it from a store and I see that on, I throw it right in the garbage. I'm looking like they forgot to take this mess off of you. I didn't even know what it was that you could.
No, it's right in there in the family with the other ones, but today nobody don't well, I got quite a bit of them to pluck, so later on then I'll be like maybe my son want to cook some of them or something later on or something like that. So I
Yeah,
would ask them, but for me right now, cuz I'm not in the kitchen and I don't have a lot of energy to stand up and do all of that. You got to
yeah,
wash them. And then
yeah.
another thing, you don't have to wash your vegetables that you grow at your house like they do at the grocery store because you know where they came from,
Right. You
what
know
they
that it's
got
not
on them.
affected with all those
You yeah,
pesticides.
I don't use no pesticides. Period.
Right.
So you ain't in there with all of that overthinking of,
Yeah, I didn't
oh
want
God,
to
I
get,
gotta get this stuff off of there.
but
So
I do want to get the raised garden with the cover though. That
mhm.
netted cover, I do want to get that.
So
Keep down from the bugs.
I wouldn't be against that.
Yeah, my cousin has she does that, but
Mhm.
sometimes she says that sometimes those bugs can just get in the crevices somehow, some way, and they'll get
You
like down.
still gonna have bugs. You
Yeah,
still gonna have bugs in it. And I don't gardening without bugs. They go hand in hand. Different things do. Like if you saw a ladybug in your garden, you wouldn't want to get rid of a ladybug because a ladybug will get rid of something that actually destroys your plant.
oh,
It's like the
okay.
most pretty thing to see in your garden, but guess what? I'ma still tell you, I ain't finna mess with no ladybug.
Right, right. Wow.
I don't want them on me.
Yeah,
And
right.
I'm real
Uh-uh.
careful with these because sometimes you can be out here and I can pull one leaf and it may have a frog hidden on it. And if he jumped, then I'm gonna jump too. Y'all
Right,
gonna see me. Hey, y'all gonna see me get in the wind. And that's why I say
right.
I knew that you, even though you were scared of bugs and stuff, I know
Yeah,
you can still go out and do gardening. Cause let me tell you something, once you get out there and it gets to flowing, you forget all about those bugs until you actually run into one. And
yeah.
it's been for me. I'll stay out the garden probably like 2 days or 2 or 3 days. A snake, if I see a snake or something, I ain't gonna come out here, but it'll the garden will be all right until you get the because
Right, right.
there's
Yeah,
something on the inside of you that's still gonna want to go out to the garden. And
right,
when you
right.
go out there, you're gonna be very cautious. You don't
Yeah,
have something scary happen to you and you scared to go back into it, but it's something calling you back to that thing.
yeah,
You will eventually go back out there and you'll get back into your thing and you'll be nervous the first couple of days or whatever, looking around everywhere. And then you'll eventually be back where you was before, back enjoying everything. That's how I work out here.
yeah. Okay, so I'm so excited. I think I'll probably be getting the raised garden sooner than I think. I thought I was gonna have to wait till the weather break. Now I can just go ahead and order it
Mhm.
and go ahead and get started. But I am gonna make sure today I go get some more pots for this lettuce because I just been waiting on this lettuce. So I got to get that right for sure.
And we can do this. We can do this anytime that like you have questions. Most of the time in the daytime, even like if you wanted to do it and I had a day of going to chemo or whatever like that, we can still hit the line. I can hit the line from there right there and still talk to you the same way with you know, I'm I'm happy to like come and like tell somebody, ease their mind about being
Yeah,
so over the top about everything because I came from that place, and if you've been in that place before, then it's easy for you to talk and watch and see.
yeah,
Right now, it's like you in that learning place or whatever of
yeah.
trying to get it up. You gonna grow to that place. It's just
Right.
like going to school and
Yeah.
everything. You start out down low, and the higher and higher you go. Now you can
Mhm.
teach somebody else something.
That's right. And
Yeah.
plus, I think the squirrels have been stealing your seeds out the pot. My neighbor thought it was
It,
food for them in there. What? He always sees the squirrel in the pots.
it- well, we got some rambunctious one. I don't know if you ever heard me or whatever. I'm like ready to get the BB gun.
What? But what can you do? Is there anything you can do about that?
Well, you can listen. There's a talk that a lot of people don't want to hear about things that happens on a farm. If
Yeah,
you went to somebody's farm or something, and it's not something that I do or whatever, but I know for sure. You go back to the old folks' days and everything. They create, they procreate and procreate, and before long they outnumber what you
yeah,
do. And there are certain things that farmers do that everybody don't want to. Can you hear me?
yeah.
Okay, then I just got a phone call. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
There are certain things that farmers do that people don't necessarily want to hear about, but some of them, me, Um, I let them be target practice for my kids because we teach our kids how to, we
You
teach our kids,
said
yeah.
target.
But when you talking about dealing with a BB gun and from far away, it sting them to let them
Yeah,
know this is not the area that you play
right.
in or
Just training
whatever.
them.
Right, absolutely, it's training them, and you can't. A squirrel is never gonna let you get up close on them, so you got to pop them from. It's fine. It's fine with me that because they go inside of they hang out with my chickens and stuff every day. They eat very well over there. So I'm thinking to myself, if you eat very well with my chickens and my
Right.
pigs and stuff like that,
Don't come over here.
then don't come over here in my garden. And they do dig. I'm talking about they really dig holes and they'll dig your plants and stuff up sometimes. So it's you
Yeah,
go on somebody's farm and ask them what they do with those kind of things. They don't play around with them like I do
right, right.
or
Because they'll.
whatever. They gon' and there, there's people eat squirrels.
Okay. Hey, Vibe. Thanks for coming in. I'm a whole Vibe. Trakel said Google said coffee grounds and peppermint oil for
It's a
people.
lot of different things you can mix together um to go about it, but right now I don't have time to be playing around with them. It's like if they catch them, I'll be like, tell my daughter, hey, go get your little piece.
You get the
Teach
instant
it. Yeah,
gratification right fast and be
yeah.
done with her.
Let you know because they was digging up my okra plants and everything at one point. I was
Oh,
like, I
hey,
want.
Drippin'. Drippin' said, the squirrel I see be acting bold. Yeah, sometimes those
Oh
squirrels
yeah,
are bold.
they are very bold.
Yeah,
They are, especially if they view it as this where I get my food from right here.
right.
Bump who garden is this
Do
way.
you think that the netting that I'm gonna get will help prevent that though? 'Cause they eat a hole in a lot of stuff too. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, they've never bothered with my strawberries before, but they're starting to like take bites out of my strawberries and stuff like that. So it's like I'm gonna eventually net that area, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it like a box type net just
Mhm.
to go over the entire area so they can't
Right.
get inside of it at all.
When I got a
Um
lot of squirrels around here,
yeah.
squirrels and rabbits. Every
So
day I
you
see rabbits.
you may want to look up one of those things that like the things you can mix together to keep them from out of
Because
um
we have a
out
lot
of,
of squirrels and
yeah.
rabbits.
Yeah,
Trakel
we got.
said she used to take she said they used to take their tomatoes when she was younger, and she just got a tomato plant this weekend, and she gonna have to use something.
Yeah. They will definitely get it. I don't have a problem. They don't really mess with oh my god, I just turned around and looked and I saw something. Well, I don't get to go in my garden that often. So I
Yeah,
was like, I can't today I wanted to. I dreamed about it last night. I was like,
yeah,
when I'm talking to Gamma, I'm gonna sit out in the garden today.
yeah.
I just turned around and looked and I'm gonna I haven't seen my okra plants because I just like planted some, but you got some that's blooming right there.
Is
I'm
that
trying.
red? They put you on the. Let me take me off.
Let me see. No, you can see, but my okra plants have blooms on them, and they also have okra on them that I didn't see that was on here. I'm gonna show you what wasn't even paying attention to be able to see. But look at the three okra I just harvested off my okra plant. Sometimes they blend right in with the plant and you don't really see them, but
Yeah.
some nice okra. Now, these won't make it past today
Right.
because when my kids see okra when they come home from school, instantly these become fried okra. they
Okay,
go
yeah.
they
You
gonna
know, they
season
taste so much different, don't they? I bet they do.
they gonna season them up and coat them in some flour and fry them up, and they gonna also want a green tomato or two or three of them from off of there to go
Yeah,
along with it. But this is like they're one of their favorite afternoon snacks when they come home from school.
right.
Hey, if they daddy don't beat them to it before.
Shada, on your page, do you have a tour of your whole garden?
I have videos that I always do. I even have actually I have even the garden that I had, the acre that I had planted back in the back.
Uh-huh.
There's videos of that, but you have to go back into my first into my older lives and everything. But a
Okay.
lot of my videos, like you'll see me out in the garden, and at the end of a lot of my videos, I always go and do like a garden tour, walk around the yard and show a lot of the things that I have. So, and
Okay.
if it's too far back to grow, 'cause I'm telling you, go back about a year in
Yeah, I
my
started
lives.
it. I
Go
started
go
it
back about a year in my lives, and then
about a
you'll
year.
see. Like if you see a video that had a sunflower or anything like that in the beginning of it, outside or
Yeah.
something.
I seen
It,
those before. Yeah.
yeah, in that video, it's always a garden tour or whatever. I'll start in one area and eventually I end up back in the back. So we
Okay.
we gonna pull the tiller and stuff out real soon. My sister them coming to Shalissa them coming to help
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Um cause I'm ready, so ready for it is I keep saying that I want to do a full sunflower garden.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that area that I used to have planted back there, we gonna till the acre, or probably a half an acre. I'm gonna do all sunflowers by the end of this month. I'm gonna plant all of them, and I
Yeah.
just wanna. It's my place that I like to go and just turn the water sprinklers on and
Yeah,
sit
that's
in
gonna
the
be so
middle
cool.
of the sunflowers. I have videos like that right there. The pretty
Okay.
big old yellow sunflowers, or sometimes they
Yeah.
all different colors and stuff. So, and as I'm speaking, I got one sunflower that's like sitting right here next to me. That's growing. You see it?
No, I can't see it.
This is
Oh,
the
there,
sun.
right there. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
yeah. I'm looking for something big and
and this one is about it's about 4 feet tall.
man.
Three Probably 3.5 feet tall. I'll say that. It's about 3.5 feet, but it's nowhere near. And this is what I'm gonna actually grow. And this is one I didn't plant it here. It just sometimes the squirrels will dig them up from one place and move them to another place.
And then they grow.
Yeah, and then they just grow.
Wow.
So I have my
Chicken?
seeds already ready, and
Yeah.
I want that to be. I used to go out there all the time and just sit in between my sunflowers and just listen to the water sprinklers. And a lot
Right.
of people used to come on their lunch break and just sit and listen to the water sprinklers.
Because it is so soothing when you do that.
Yeah,
It really
yep,
is. Chakal said we used to get the okra off the plants, cut them up, and freeze them when her dad was at work. Okay. Fried
yep.
green tomatoes, dripping. I just had some fried green tomatoes the other day. I did a short. I love fried green tomatoes. I can't do
I,
them too much because I
hey,
don't eat
I
a lot of
said
fried
I,
foods.
I watched it.
Ah, you
you
watch it?
You was messing up tomato. You was messing up. I said, Gamma made me want some fried greens.
Yeah.
She was like, them things with your black gloves. I swear, every time I see you with them gloves on, I think about what Justice React said every time we put. And I
Right.
ordered me some gloves and they was black gloves. And I swear, every time I look at one of them, I think about what Justice React said. He said, that's why your food gonna taste like
Right.
plastic.
Go plastic. Go take like plastic. Like whatever.
It's
It
gonna
does
taste
not.
like plastic. Right?
Yeah, I dropped like for Tashanna's channel down in the chat. If y'all not subscribe to her, please go subscribe or follow her and go look at all of her. You like look at her lives. I think you show probably more of your lives than you do or shorts, right? Of your garden.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like when she's
but I think
out, like you can pick them
it's
up and
equal.
she'll be sitting out there a lot of times. You'll see it on her thumbnail.
Yeah, it's kind of equal. Um, I got a lot of shorts that's out in my garden, but I got a lot of lives too. So
Yeah.
they about equal.
Okay. Well, yeah, go look at those shorts and her lives. But she said if you go back about a year ago, you'll be able to see more of like the land of all that garden she got. I love the gardening sector. I learned so much. That's what Vibe said. She said, has she ever tried using yeast, sugar, and water as a fertilizer?
Never before. One some of my subscribers call me chicken poo
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I don't buy fertilizer. My chickens, you give to the chickens give back to you in more than one way.
Yeah.
And chicken poop is the gold of fertilizer. So you can
Yeah.
I don't buy fertilizer. And then on top of it too, like if I like these um the greens that I'm picking off of here, I can choose to like ball them up and put them inside of a um a gallon jug
Yeah.
and put water in them and just let it sit there. And the green
Mm,
from in that is it's that's another fertilizer that which I was telling which is a organic fertilizer. You just
yeah.
take in
That's
the
I could do something like that.
yeah, you can do grass. Um just put it inside of a gallon jug or a 5 gallon jug, and then you just put you some in something and pour it around your green plant.
Okay, now
And it
that I could get
yeah.
with.
Yeah, well, you know, when we was doing the thing where I was telling you, you know, all the different ways you can do
Yeah.
fertilizer, that was one of the things that
Oh
I
yeah, I
originally
know
said to her because you was like, girl, you doing too much.
yeah.
You know, I
Okay,
was just
yeah.
going down the lines of different ways that people do it. You know, people who live off the grid, though, they absolutely use their body fluids
Right.
to
Thank you, Vibe. Vibe says she just subbed to you. Yeah, Vibe, you're gonna love it over
thank
there.
you.
Vibe,
Thank
you
you,
are gonna
thank
love it
you.
over there. Let me see. Right. That's awesome. Chakal said I see something about soaking banana peels in water.
Yep, that it gives potassium to the same way bananas give you potassium, does the same thing for your plants too. You can soak it in
Okay.
water.
So
Yep,
plants need potassium.
yep.
Okay, I can definitely do that banana and I can definitely do that grass. Or like if I just go get like some kind of green, any kind of green leaf I can do that with.
Yes, you can.
Oh, I can definitely do that.
You can do the stem like if you bought collard greens or something. You can take the stems from off the collard greens. It's green. Put it in the jug and put some water on it. But two, you have to be careful with it because you may not think that's a strong fertilizer. You use too much, you'll burn your plants up too with it. So yes, those things can be very strong. And let me tell you something, none of them don't smell no better than the other one. I'm telling you, the the greens once you put it in the water and you let it sit there and soak. Imagine how when a pot of collard greens first take off and start cooking, it can make your house smell kind of stink in the
Yeah, that
beginning.
is true.
Okay, so I want you to think about that. When you put it in that jug and you open that cap on there, you're gonna get a hot stinking mess. It's
Okay,
gonna
I
be
got some
bad.
kale in there. Can I use the kale?
Yeah, you can use the kale.
Okay.
It's green, leafy,
Okay.
and
I'm
all of
gonna
that
do
stuff.
I'm gonna
Yep,
make
you
some
can do that.
today. Give me
Put it in the jug and fill the jug up with water and just let it sit there.
Chakal says she has a raspberry plant. How does she handle that? She never heard of anyone growing raspberries. Me neither. I never thought you do you grow raspberries?
I don't. I
I don't
never
like
grew
raspberries.
raspberries before, but I think the raspberries and like blackberries and mulberries are kind of like they're in like the same family, but my blackberries and stuff like that I grew. Those are the things where I was told you I was playing around with them and then put fertilizer on them and
Yeah.
I killed them all.
Wow.
Hey, burnt them up. I had like 4 or 5 of them. And my husband was looking out the window. He's like, girl, you putting too much fertilizer on that stuff. And I was
So
like,
how much do I know to put on there? Like how often do I fertilize them?
See, what it was, I was using some synthetic stuff, and I ain't really know what I was doing. That stuff that
Oh,
they make in the store, or whatever.
yeah.
But
Mhm.
when you're using the one that's, and there's a lot of videos on here, you can look them up to know exactly what you're supposed to be doing with it, because it's going to be very potent when you take the top off of that after it done sat there and soaked all that green up in it. You can
Yeah.
pour it in. You can pour it into something else, a little bit into something else, and dilute it. Your
Diluted.
plants
Okay.
don't need no. You gon' so say you got your little garden. You doing your little garden, and you got your peppers. You got your peppers, both peppers, and you got your lettuce.
Uh-huh.
You only gonna you want to use like a half a cup of that come out
Right.
of the jug, but you also gonna put it in something else to dilute it.
Right. To make it bigger. So like you have a tray
Right.
where you
So
pour
you
some
can make a
off
with
and add
that
water, then add it.
right
Okay.
with that half a cup, you're gonna put water in it, and you're not gonna pour it onto your plant. You're gonna pour it around it, or you can put it in the reservoir and let it soak it up
Soak it
in the
up.
bottom.
Okay, so how often do you have to fertilize the plants though?
Your plants will tell you, just like a baby when they hungry, they cry.
Yeah.
When they start to turn a light color green, like even my
Okay.
tomatoes right now, they starting to lighten up. They've been fertilized at the beginning of this week. And
Okay.
so if I come back out here next week, they gonna be real bright green because they got
Okay.
fertilized.
So that
So once
yellow
your
stuff.
plants will tell you, once they start lightening, the color in them start to lighten
Mhm.
up, that's your plant speaking to you and saying, "Hey, mom, I need some food."
Right,
you
right.
know,
Okay.
yeah. So it's just a different language we learning.
Okay. Vibe said she's making her own compost with leaves, vegetable scraps, etc.
Well, I probably need to come over there and chill with vibes because I got a whole, got a whole tumbler over there, and I
Uh,
ain't throw nothing in it. I ain't used. I don't never make my own compost. I'm telling you that, and that tumbler costs
yeah.
about $600 and something dollars, and it's just sitting over there chilling in the sun
Wow. You
because
never get up to it.
it came with too many directions. You
Trakel
gotta
said,
put
do you know if the raspberries get like a bush?
um
You thinking she
see,
might not
because
have enough pot?
I haven't I haven't dealt with raspberries before, but in my limited knowledge, thinking they in the same family as they grow big.
Yeah.
They grow like a
I'll
like a
show you.
bush, like a vine also kind of
Yeah.
in between those areas like a bush and a vine, kind of like it will grow long, and it needs something to like trellis up on. But I always say to everybody, when because I'm not no professional, everything that I do when I don't know what I'm doing, this is my first time growing Brussels sprout.
Okay.
This is my first time venturing with them, and so I'm learning as I go. um Look, what I do is
Mm.
when I don't know something and I don't know what's happening, I go and look up. I type in the exact question that I have and let
Right.
it pull up those videos, and I will go and watch probably
Very
15, ten,
uh-huh.
10 to 15 minutes
Yeah,
of
that's what I've been doing.
each video, and I will come up with my own idea. My husband taught me to do that. Go
Right.
look at 3 videos and then come up with your own.
What you think like best for you?
By the time you watch those 3 videos, you already done got it. That, oh, okay, then I see now. And then do your own thing.
Right. Hey, Trakel. Oh, I never saw this layout like this.
Hey, Trakel. I never seen this either.
Trakel, I
So
was just about to read. Thank you, Vibe.
hey.
Vibe said she's loving this live. Trakel said I was giving oh, well, now she can say it. She was saying that she was giving a pepper plant and has a pepper plant already.
I want to show Tashanna my plant so I can see, do I
Sure,
need to put it
sure.
in another pot? Hold on, let me see.
Okay.
Let me
Hey.
see how I flip the camera around.
We
Child, I can't tell you because I don't even know how to flip mine around. I just keep turning the camera
right.
around.
Vibe said you definitely can come give me some of on the job training. I know that's right, Vibe. Like
Mm.
Tashanna is just a blessing to be able to come over here and
See,
ask specific questions. Oh,
it
that's
has
the
some
pepper
peppers
plant you was
on it.
giving?
So do
Oh
I
yeah,
need to take it out this pot?
yes. This is what I was telling you about. It still will produce peppers on it, but
Cause there's some big ones too.
your plant gonna become root bound, and it will eventually start to kill off your leaves that's on there. You'll start to get a bunch of yellowing leaves and everything. So yes, yep, you need to all of that stuff right there. You
It's
need
the
to take it up.
raspberries.
Oh, that's
Yep,
the raspberry.
you need to take it up to it, and actually on the back side of it, it should tell you that in order for it to grow, you need to have if you're gonna keep it in a potted
Oh, I
area.
see it
Yeah, the
right here.
backside of
Yeah,
that.
you need
Yeah.
yeah, you need about this is what
Okay.
I'm telling that right there, the raspberry plant would be great in a 5 gallon bucket. And listen, I'm not telling y'all either. When you talking about these 5 gallon buckets and stuff,
Look,
because
I
I
forgot
like to
what
be
this was. I grew and it grew literally over a weekend.
I'm
What is
trying to
that?
I can't remember.
it kind of favor like a squash or
I
something
think
with
it's cucumber, maybe.
yeah, the squash, cucumbers, and all of that in the same family. So that's what
Trical,
it
go to oops.
And
Trical,
my
go to
lettuce
the dollar
struggling.
store and get a pack of these.
Hold on, I have to turn the camera off. Turn it back.
Get the dollar store have a pack of these.
I went to the dollar store today too to get some more pots for the peppers just in case it need to be repotted in the raspberry. I was like, I'm just get some big ones, and I need to separate the ones that she said like a squash because I put all the seeds in there, but I think I need to separate them.
yeah,
Okay.
they do need to be separated. But um when I tell y'all about the 5 gallon buckets, if you know somebody who work at a fast food restaurant or they work in a cafeteria or something, they get those fast food and they're food grade buckets. Don't sleep on asking for them versus going to pay for them because those buckets get expensive. You can get them for free, and then all you got to worry about is your soil getting inside of them.
You said at the
But
fast food restaurants?
if you know somebody who work at a fast food restaurant, you know they get those pickles and stuff come in 5 gallon buckets. They don't come in
Oh,
just all you got to do is ask one of the people if you know somebody who work at those restaurants, even a regular restaurant, anybody, a chef that you know or
yeah.
something.
That's
Hey,
what I
do y'all
wanted to get the buckets. I want to get the buckets for like root plants, like potatoes and stuff, because I know they grow down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know it need more room.
So you can ask people that you know, like work in those places or whatever, or you can just pull through a drive through or whatever. Y'all got any 5 gallon buckets or something
Right. I'm gonna
that
do
you
that. I'm gonna start trying to
yeah.
collect them.
It's better than going and spend your money on
Because how much they cost? I never thought
now
about buying one of
see
those.
in the beginning I used to order buckets from Home Depot and they used to be like $30, $40 for I think like 4 or 5 of them.
Oh, for at least 4 or 5 of them, but still
Do
Yeah.
that's
you
a
think
lot.
they have extras left from like when people like maybe paint and they probably bring paint back there or something like that? They might have
But
extra buckets
you
left
don't
over.
want you want to think about this.
Yeah,
If they
Oh,
have
the
paint in it,
chemicals.
if the
yeah,
chemicals is going to eventually end up in your food. So you don't want
True.
to you don't want to use no paint buckets or nothing. You want
yes.
that's why
Tanya
I'm
said
saying
she
like
is
a
so
restaurant
inspired to
or
start
something
her
like that.
garden. I only want peppers and spinach though. Tanya, what in the world? Tashanna, tell her. She just said it now.
She said she won't
She
spend
only
only
want tomatoes and spinach.
okay then that but you know what? You start one place and you
That's what
end
I
up
said.
somewhere.
She said it now. You said it now,
You
but
know
let her
what?
say it.
But that's what she's saying that she want what she want in her garden. She gonna grow that, and then after a while, it's gonna be like it ain't gonna be. This ain't enough. I want to grow more
Right.
than this right here. And you
I
know
know.
when you spinach, you need uh, for you ever went and bought a bag of spinach from the grocery store,
Yeah.
and that thing cooked down, and it only be a fork.
For
Yeah.
real.
Hey, it be a fork full. You be looking like that.
Yeah.
Child, please. I gotta if I'm gonna cook it here for
You have
my
to
house,
plan
I
a
need
lot.
about 6. Yeah, I need 6 to 8 bags to
Right.
make it look like anything.
Yeah.
So just as well when you grow it, you need an area that's,
For a lot
kind of
of
big
it.
enough. And
Yeah.
spinach doesn't require a lot of depth to
Good,
be
good.
able to plant it. But it is a nitrogen hungry, you know, plant that it wanna be fed all the time.
Right. Vibe said you can also use popsicle sticks. Yep, that's what I used before I got this.
Yep.
I had popsicle sticks. I wrote it on there. So check out, label your stuff, girl, because this stuff, the lettuce is different, but these peppers look just alike. I wouldn't have knew what was what. So
Yeah.
we got
Yeah,
to
I think
label them
my
because you
my
can a lot of
lettuce
stuff
over here
going on here.
struggling.
And
Tanya
another
said,
your lettuce trachea is It may need some fertilizer.
That's why I'm gonna put my banana peels. I have 3 bananas. I'm gonna put the peels. I have a pickle jar I had kept.
You
I'm
need
gonna
you
put the
need
peels in there.
you need nitrogen.
How
That's
do
got
I
some
get
grade, right?
nitrogen?
Nitrogen, there's different ways you can do the nitrogen. You can do the same thing what I was telling you about. Go and get you something, put you some grass in it, something that's green. Put it in something and let it sit in it for some days, and then just start to introduce like little drops of it too.
Just
Um,
dry grass, or do I have to wet it, or how do I
no,
do?
because you're gonna take the grass and you're gonna put it inside of a gallon jug, and then you're gonna put water on it and let it sit, and the nitrogen is gonna be in the water, and then you're gonna um start to water your
I'll hold the
lettuce
line
with
for
that.
me. I got a call, okay?
Okay.
Okay, my uncle cut grass. I'm gonna tell him bring me some of them grass shavings when he doing his blowing.
Yeah, he can rake some up, and it works just fine. You just need enough to go in like a gallon jug. A
Mhm.
gallon jug for what you have going right now is going to be more than enough. You want to dilute it, pour it into something and dilute it more before you put it on your plant. And it does not need a whole lot of it. You just want to introduce a little bit to it at a time, and once
Okay.
you see it start to get its color back, because it's very light right now, which means that's your plant's way of telling you it needs nitrogen.
Oh, to give it
Yeah,
that good deep rich green.
right.
Okay,
Yep. And
I'm
that's
gonna
one
have
of
to
those
do that.
plants that's like really hungry. But all the stuff that I see you got there now, your raspberry plant, if you want to keep it in pots, you're gonna need for those and your peppers, I suggest to you nothing less than a 2.5 gallon pot, up to a 5 gallon bucket.
Okay, I might have to end up getting a, but I think the one I bought today might be 5 gallon. The pot.
Hmm.
I bought two because I knew those were some bigger plants, and I got a smaller one for my tomato plant. I got one tomato plant. I was trying to see should I separate them. I'm thinking it's two in that little small pot, so I may have to separate them.
Yeah, and when you put them in there, when you get ready to pot them, fill your 5 gallon bucket up with soil almost all the way to the top. Because what you're going to do is the same. You're going to make a crevice in the bottom of that pot that
Uh huh.
fit. So say if you took your pepper plant, right,
Mhm.
and you set the pot down inside of the 5 gallon bucket, you go ahead and make the crevice for it with the
Oh,
with the
okay.
pot
To
that you
stick
got
it
it
in
in,
now.
and then when you're gonna take your hand and put it at the around the roots of your plant, and then flip it upside down, and then you're gonna just sit it down inside of the thing, and
And
tickle.
I'll ready to be the right side.
Right, and you're gonna tickle your soil and the roots up under the bottom to let them know, hey, you got more room to grow here. So
Mhm.
you go do your thing, and then just sit it down in there, and you don't really got to do nothing. Water it in, and then you straight. You will
Okay.
see a difference in it after that, and you can with pretty much everything that I seen you have that you just showed, and you can do that same thing with them all, and then except for your cucumbers or whatever that was that you thought you may have planted, you can do two
Only
cucumbers.
seeds I see that I had is cucumber, cilantro, and
Well, they definitely ain't cilantro. I'm telling you that
mm-mm,
what
it's
you
not
showed is in
cilantro.
the, yeah, it's definitely in the cucumber or the squash
I
type
didn't have
family.
squash. That's why I was confused because it did look like squash.
Oh, and
But I remember I had cucumber
watermelon look like
seeds.
that too.
It does. Watermelon
Yeah.
leaves do look like that. I'm thinking it's
Yeah.
cucumber because I have cucumber, cilantro, and bell pepper. That's what I had, bell peppers.
So if you go with a 5 gallon bucket, you're gonna separate those plants, and you can stick your finger down into one half of the put two holes in that bucket, and
Mm-hmm.
then plant the stick your finger all the way down in it and plant it up to almost the leaves on the plant, almost. And then water it in good, and there you have your two cucumbers. Then you'll have to put something in there for them to
To grow
climb
to
up now.
vine.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm gonna do that. I need probably about that little trellis thing and stick it inside there, and so they can attach to the vine.
Okay, sounds good. I'm
So
glad.
now I want okra.
You say now you want okra?
Yeah, when I seen you put okra up there, I'm like, now I want some okra plants.
Yeah. Oh, and that. Let me. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the Let me show you the plant that the blooms that it put out. What the
Them
okra?
yellow pretty blooms.
Yeah, you see that?
Mm-hmm. Those are pretty.
I love. That's what I absolutely love about.
That's how my dad had his backyard garden, literally with everything. He even grew his green onion in the front yard with his flowers.
Yeah, yeah, they make some of the prettiest flowers, like the hedges and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. It's like I can literally see myself planting okra plants around my fence line and be like, these my plants right here. Then they
That's what he
actually,
did. He
yeah, they
had a
actually
stainless
feed.
steel, and he had okra. The he
See
had
all my
one section was the okra, one was the cucumbers, the tomatoes, and he had purple hood peas.
Yep, I got tomatoes galore growing everywhere. There's a whole bunch of them.
Oh, look at
Um,
him!
come over there. I mean, they everywhere. But
Wow.
these okra plants, I did a video when I planted those, and I showed when they came up. One of my subscribers asked me would I plant okra. And that's another thing that I do. Like some things that I've tried to grow that I've grown before. If somebody and I'm still gonna grow them, people can ask me, could you plant such and such next? And they'll I'll plant and I'll grow along with them, to show them the process.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna show y'all my strawberries. This my strawberry plants that grow. They got strawberries growing on them. You can see some of them hanging over the side of them.
Mm-hmm.
My kids come out here and pick them. Um, bell pepper plant. That's what I plant. Got my biggest bell pepper in right now. Um, and it got bell peppers growing on it
Oh, I see it.
that you can't see, but a lot of these the bell peppers in there, because I usually only let one grow in there. Those other ones is whenever I get a bell pepper off of them, I always go back and throw the seeds into the pot around it, so it keep me having bell peppers at all times.
Is it a particular soil you use, or you just get the soil out there out the ground?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's one thing I can tell you. I don't go and I'm not picky about no soil. And actually, what I can tell you is that check your the area that you live in,
Mm-hmm.
because some places have places where you can go. Okay, say like the county or something like that.
Uh-huh.
They have where they go and cut trees and stuff down or clean areas up. They'll go and they'll chip those trees up and stuff. Trees turn into soil and all of that stuff as it break down or whatever. And
True.
they'll have a place that actually have garden soil, it have wood chips, and then it have bigger wood. They have the soil and the wood chips mixed together, and then it have wood chips by itself.
Okay.
Those places allow you to come there and get free soil from them. I
Oh,
just go to
okay.
I go to a place like that. I was in Georgia visiting my sister, and she was the one showed me, oh, we get free soil over here. So I came back to here to Orlando, and I'm like, let me find a place like that, and I found a place. So check those places because soil can be very, very pricey. And
Okay.
I think I done bought the cheapest of the cheapest. I done bought a whole pallet of soil from Home Depot before. That one, I bought half of it topsoil, and the other half with the manure and stuff in it, and I mix it all together. Um
Oh.
but yeah, look for a place that I'm about places and using what I have on my property, and making whatever I have on my property do what it need to do for me. In the beginning I used to spend money on everything. But why save um save yourself from having to go purchase stuff at the grocery store only to have to go and buy the stuff to do everything again. So I would just like
That's
use
true.
what you have. Use what you have and make it look nice. People be throwing little bins and stuff away on the side of the road. It's ways that you can position that stuff in your yard and you will absolutely be happy with the way you just there's different ways. A can of spray paint or something is is cheaper than some of this stuff, and you can spray a couple of buckets and make them the
That's true.
color that you want them to be. It's just the way you look at it and everything. But you don't want to save in one area only to take the money that you just saved to throw it away into something else. So that's the way I kind of start thinking about stuff, and sometimes you have people who like do yard work and stuff like that. They throw away these flower pots because that's how I got these flower pots. I got like 1,000 of them at one time, all different, all different sizes.
That's true. The
Yeah,
landscaping company.
absolutely. You go ride past one of them things. They be done set them outside or whatever. Go ahead and get them and clean them. And it's just like washing dishes or something. You got something outside or whatever. You got a little spray thing. Put a little dish detergent in it and a couple of drops of bleach because you want to make sure you ain't introducing no germ, no like a.
Exactly.
So you spray them down and then get your water hose and spray them down real quick and disinfect them. And then you just stack them on top of each other and put them in your own little place. And then there you go. When you ready to plant something, they over there sitting and you ain't paid a dime for them.
I want to build me one of those things like you have to sit those buckets inside of the 5 gallon buckets and like layer it.
I have a video. I have a video on my page. And it's in a short.
Okay.
It's actually in my shorts. Scroll down the shorts and you will see me. You see me cutting wood or something like that. At the very beginning of it, it show what your measurements is that you need to cut and everything, and how to put it together. And we've actually done. We got. I did three. We did three of them so far.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah, and it's very simple. Listen, I didn't even pay for the wood that I built them with. When I tell
Really?
you,
Oh yeah, you did say because you was going around and you found the little construction spots
you
and
find
got
a
the wood.
construction site.
I
Yep,
remember that. Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Yeah. So I'm telling you, when I say I don't be trying to spend, I built this whole other garden bed up to the top, and I didn't spend. If I went and paid for it, because at construction sites they using brand new wood and they cut from it one time and they throw it in the garbage because
And
they
you can
don't
piece
have
some
time
pieces
to sit
together.
there. Yes. And so what I did, we went to him, and my son got into the garbage can. He know how to open the side of them because he do that kind of work. And he walk in there and pull the wood, and he sit it to the side, and me and the girls go and load it into the trailer and take it. Nobody don't say nothing to you or no nothing. And these garden beds that I built could have easily cost me $1,000 to build them, and
Oh
I got it
wow.
for free. For free. Just going to do a little bit of, spend a little time. But what could have cost me $1,000 was
I'm a
free.
whole vibe says she want to know what type of strawberry plant are you growing?
One that you get from the grocery the grocery
With the
store.
regular old strawberries, huh?
Hey, I'm telling you, those strawberry plants. I went to the grocery store, bought me some strawberries, and I peeled the peeling off of one of them. And it got the seeds on it, laid it down. I got a video of that too on here. Laid it
That's
down
what I
on.
need to find that video because I wanted to store me some strawberry. And I said one of them, I thinking it was gonna dry. I didn't think the peel, and that started molding. I just threw it in the trash.
Now you just cut it's because you don't want to throw your strawberries away. Strawberries be expensive. You just peel the strawberry, and then after you peel the strawberry with the seeds on it, then you eat the strawberry that you just peeled. Lay it down on a paper towel and let it dry until it turned into something look like a fruit roll up. And
Mm. You
and
leave it
then
outside to dry or in the house?
in the house, just sitting on the counter, you fold up a paper towel and lay it on the paper towel. The paper towel gonna draw all over that. I'm telling you, I got a short up. Just go and look for the short on the.
I remember that. I'm gonna have to find it.
Yeah, I got a couple of them. One of them is like kind of on the sad side or whatever, because I'm going through. My channel is Life with Tashanna, so whatever Tashanna going through on that day or whatever, that's what you gonna get from me. You ain't gonna get nothing more, nothing less from me.
Mm.
But I have several of those videos up of like showing different things, but I basically show you how to do that whole thing, and it take strawberries is something you have to be patient with. You can't keep going back because I don't know if you seen when I just went over there and showed you all there was a bowl with plastic on it
Mm-hmm.
when I just went and showed. I'm doing the process again, so I'm waiting on it to show some leaves or something in there, so then I poke the top just to like show other people how to do it. It's a long process of you getting there, but you see how many strawberry plants, and once you start growing them, they're nonstop because they put out like little streamers. They make more and more and more plants. The only reason why I ain't got a whole bunch of them is because I don't let my garden die before. I got mad one time and I left home, and everything when I came back was basically dead. So, and so the ones that I did have left, I made them do what they do to get them back right, and now they popping again.
They just need a little TLC.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So they one dead. They were just a little sad like you.
Right, right, right. They had got mad. They mama done left them,
Uh-huh.
so I got it back right.
They need a little TLC.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna plant me some strawberries. I've been saying it for the longest. I tried to, and I don't know what happened. They didn't sprout, but I'm gonna try again.
Well,
Right.
probably when you did it, you didn't give it enough time because it's not something that happens overnight. I told y'all like growing strawberries is like watching paint dry on the wall. It's not something you want to sit around. You want to like basically do
Yeah.
them, and you want to go
Mhm.
back and check on them probably once a week. But
Right.
they can be in that stage for like 8 weeks,
Oh my gosh. I threw those
up to
things away
eight
so
from
fast. I was
eight
like,
to
I had to do something
14 weeks.
wrong.
Yeah, you can do it. They'll be up to eight to 14 weeks sometimes
Wow.
before you get them. So that's why I was saying you like plant them and you got to sit them to the side. Don't sit there and try to watch them and over again. You just got to plant them and put them
Yeah.
because that's a greenhouse that they in. You don't need to water them or no nothing. It's gonna do everything that it needs to do on its own. The only thing you need to catch is when you see the green start to come in there, the little 4 leaf clover looking thing, you need to be able to poke a hole in over the top of it, or like 2 or 3 holes over the top of that one particular plant because you wanted to get some ventilation. So it doesn't
Yeah.
it doesn't kill the plant that's in there.
That's
And
what I
then
didn't do. I didn't put
yeah,
the plastic over it because when I bought it, it was like a little strawberry grow kit. It came with the container, it came with the seeds. It just said wet, moisten the soil really, really good. Put the seeds in there. It didn't say nothing about covering. And I remember you said something
Mm.
about it, but
but
I forgot.
I don't know nothing about that because I never bought one of them things. I'm
Me
telling you,
neither. And that's
I'm
why
one
they probably didn't grow.
Right.
I'm one of the people that anything I get from the stove and it got a seed in it, I'm gonna try to grow it. I got a peach
Right.
tree, pomegranate trees, all mango trees, and
You got
everything.
a peach tree?
Yeah, I got a peach tree.
Oh my God. How many plants have y'all been reading the chat?
Yeah,
I can't see. I told you I can't see the chat.
Okay, Beautiful Hill says she don't eat fruit and she doesn't like lettuce, so she said peppers and spinach, but she also wants to do tomatoes. Surette said that's going to be a lot of planting, Tanya. Vibe said, so far I have tomatoes, peppers, onions, and garlic growing now in my raised bed gardens. Vibe. What type of strawberry plant are you growing?
oh
Okay,
yeah, I read that one.
okay. Okay, thank you for giving us so many great ideas. Yes, Justin said she's listening from work.
Hey,
Vibe
Justin.
said there's so many
Hi.
types of strawberries. Oh, strawberry plants, mine is so small. Okay, it's a different types of strawberries. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Vibe.
And a strawberry is another plant that if it's small, um, and according to what color it is, it may not be getting enough nitrogen. You give it some nitrogen, you will start popping because I got several videos. So I showed you what my strawberries look like today.
Yeah,
You done seen my strawberries before, Gam, about
yeah,
probably about 6 months ago. You seen them.
yeah.
You ain't never seen them look that big before. When you start to give they like 4 times the size that they was when you saw them months ago.
Yeah.
Yep. And I actually got those labeled strawberry. It got my strawberry videos. I know it got the name strawberry inside of them, so like you can see what they look
Okay,
like
I
back
can look it up.
then and what they look like now.
Oh yes. Vibe said her garden is small, but she's trying to grow it. Yes, that's what we're gonna do, Vibe. Hey Justin. Justin said, hey Grandma.
Is
Uh
it too late to plant the strawberries? Like what season are they? Mostly in the cold summer.
N- it don't, but I'm here in Florida, so
Well,
um.
I'm in Texas. It's hot here too.
Oh, all right then. So you don't get no snow. I ain't had no
Uh-uh.
issues with none of mine, and I never. So it ain't no certain time that you grow 'em. So when you want to
Okay.
grow 'em, start them.
Okay.
Tashanna, how many plants would you say you have? Like if you probably don't know offhand, but like how many? It's like over 50 different types of things that you grow.
Um,
It has to be over 50 because I can name 20.
yeah, it's about 50 different things, 50 or more.
It's a whole produce section.
Yeah, it's about 50 or more different
Ooh,
things that I grow here.
mine has a mandarin orange tree.
You know the first thing I thought about when she said that Mandarin, I thought about that sumo.
Right. But you know what? Y'all, somebody came in my comments and I did not think about this. I was like, I'm done with the sumo. As good as it was, I'm done with it because there was like, it was no seeds in there. I was like, it was no
Well,
seeds in there.
that's what I said in my video. I got it for. I wanted to see if it's some seeds, cause see if it had seeds in it,
She was about to grow it.
it would be worth buying. I'm gonna
Oh
try and
yeah, it would have been
regrow.
work because I ain't lying because I
Uh,
do love oranges, but oranges is not the fruit that I go to for some reason. I don't know, but I love oranges. Probably because I can't hardly get no good orange no more. Like I love plums, but I can't get a good
right,
plum. I love peaches. I can't get a good peach or a nectarine. So I really don't buy those fruits because they don't taste the way they used to taste.
right.
But that sumo was so good. I was like, okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to just go and get this. Those people dropped in my comments and said it was no seeds in it. I was like, oh, got
Nope.
me.
And here, my sumo oranges, they was $4 a piece. I bought two of them.
$4. I was
Four
mad about the
dollars.
2.99.
Nope, $4 here. And so I bought two of them, and I said that's why I said this like a having a glass, the one glass of wine that I have a year.
But are
Honey,
they
that's
good?
they taste good now, but
They,
honey, it ain't work. I can't get no seed or no nothing out of it.
no,
But
no.
somebody did tell me though to keep the peeling off of them, and they do amazing with fertilizing your plant. They say
Oh,
let it dry out, and then blend it in the blender
yeah.
and
Oh,
sprinkle it around your flowers. But I haven't done that yet. Miss Yo Thoughts told me to do that, so I
Okay.
kept the peelings to both
You
of
did.
my
You say you
I
gonna give us a pill and a
I
seed
gotta
or
get some.
something?
Hey,
Like
I gotta get something out of it.
four
I told
dollars.
you,
I seen it
yeah.
on sale for two for $5 yesterday. I was like, I ain't gonna get you. You ain't got no
Nah,
seeds in it, so I ain't gonna get you.
now, if I found that deal right there, then I'll go ahead and
Yeah.
get me two of them. But on the strength of them being $4 a piece,
Oh
honey,
no. I probably would have never tasted it for
no,
$4.
no.
okay.
But listen, before I saw you do the video, my niece called me on the phone because a guy had bought something to work one day, and she
Oh, okay.
tasted them. She was like, they were so good, so she talked about them. And in the same week, then you did the video. I said, okay,
Yeah.
then now I got to try, because that's like somebody saying, girl, you got to try this right here
Right,
two
right.
times in a
It was
week.
good. I'm
So
gonna
I'm
give
like,
them that.
okay, then. Yeah,
Whatever they
but it
did
ain't
for it,
to
they
me.
made
It
it
ain't
good.
worth $4. It's
No,
four
they weren't.
dollars a piece. Mm-mm.
Vibes, I'm trying to be like her and grow my groceries. That's what she do, Vibe.
Yeah.
That's what she does. She literally has a produce in her backyard. Like I'm saying, now she says she ain't got no raspberries, but it's probably because she don't eat no raspberries.
I killed
Anything
them.
she probably eats, she grows.
Yeah, I killed all my. I told you I put too much fertilizer on.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But
Okay,
hey,
yeah,
I
that's right.
burnt them
You
up. I had
yeah.
the raspberries, blackberries, and everything. But then me going out there with that fertilizer, not listening. My
And
husband
that
like, girl,
sun
you
too with
putting
that
too much.
fertilizer, it will burn. You have
Yeah,
to do that fertilizer
Yeah.
in the evening when the
and
sun go down.
I put a whole bunch of it around it. Yeah,
Lord.
took them out. So I said that's another thing. I'm gonna add it back to the garden. I got
Yeah.
right now the stuff that I already got going is a little bit too much for me in the season
Yeah.
that I'm in right now, and
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
kind of like And I
Yeah.
still have the itch to grow though, even though even though I'm going through what I'm going through. So, but it's kind of hard to like stop adding extra stuff. Like my watermelon that I planted last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, I made a video of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't come up. So just this morning, I planted some more. I planted me some more seeds. I ain't gonna let that stop me. But cause see, when I plant those, I don't eat watermelon. I hate watermelon.
I
But my
love
kids,
that's
What?
my favorite fruit is
my
watermelon.
yes, I've grown them. I've grown them plenty of times. But um, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grow them, and then that'll be my kids. I'm gonna make them be in like a little who can grow the best.
Oh, the contest.
The best. Yeah. I'm gonna let them make them like 3 hills.
Okay.
Probably out there with the sunflower seeds or whatever with the sunflowers.
Yeah.
And but I've already planted put them in the soil just this morning. I
Yeah.
planted 3 in each hole, so if they all come up, then my
Yeah.
kids love watermelon, so they
But
wouldn't
you
be
know what,
too much.
Tashanna? Sometimes your plants talk to you too, so they probably telling you calm down and sit down somewhere. That's why they not growing because
Well,
Right.
they have to be
listen,
kept. So they was like,
Right.
no, we're not gonna grow because we
crackhead,
know you have to take care of us. They want you to sit
Right.
down.
you hit the nail right on the head. I used to be out in the garden. I'm telling you, when I those sunflowers, I tell you, I used to tell people, y'all, my plants out here talking. I know people probably thought I was crazy, but
Yeah.
exactly what you said. I've said it 1,000 times over. Like
Mhm.
sometimes I go out there, I just want to sit there and I just want to be in the sprinklers or whatever like that. And I was like, y'all, my plants out here talking to me. But today I didn't come out here to do no whole bunch of work with them. But my tomatoes over there saying, Mom, come get me off of this ground. You know I ain't supposed to be here.
Right.
You know they literally, I'm telling you, they
Yeah,
literally be, you can hear them talking, or they'll be saying, we need some water today. And I'll be like, not
Yeah.
today, y'all. It's gonna be tomorrow. I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna water y'all tomorrow. Today
that's
Right.
how my
I
sister
came out
talk to her plants
here.
too.
Yeah,
Wait
it
a
be
minute. So
like that for
I
real.
forgot that reminded me of the question I had when I said that. Why? Remember I asked you last night. I was like, okay, I don't. If I don't want, like, I haven't watered these now in like 3 days since I last made that last short. Like 3 days, but it's still so moist. So when I'm seeing
Yeah.
that it's moist, don't I leave them alone at that point?
You can continue to keep them moist. They ain't gonna do nothing, and you can go a week or 2 weeks without watering
Okay.
them.
What
Okay.
is that one?
It'll dry out. It'll dry out, and your plants. Let me tell you something. When you don't water your plants enough, your leaves will fold upward.
Hmm.
They'll roll into each other. When you overwater them, it will fold. The leaf will fold under
Okay.
when you get too much water.
Okay.
Hopefully, I'm saying that right. There's one way or the other. when
Right. Right.
and you can. That's something you can look up because, like, my information is. I think I'm saying it right.
Okay.
When your leaves flip in upwards, like they go up and roll
Yeah.
into each other,
Okay.
that means it's not getting enough water. When they roll downwards, it means it's getting too much. So as
Okay.
long as you ain't seeing that your leaves just looking straight, they happy. They happy with what you're
Okay.
doing to them right now. Just stay in that area. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, they got their own language of talking to you. They just like babies for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tricia, how many different things are you growing?
I have that lettuce. I think that's green onion, which my lettuce and green onion, they both seem like they just stagnant, just sitting there.
Yeah.
Um, Whatever that was, I forgot what it was. I think it's cucumbers. I
Okay.
have the raspberry plant I just got. I have a tomato plant
The pepper plant.
and those peppers.
Okay. So how long does it take for the lettuce to come up? You
I think
remember?
the
Stay
question,
long.
I don't know, because mine seemed like it. Well, something when it was real windy here, and my plant, I have them sitting on a plant stand, and it fell over. So
Okay.
I went in and I just put everything back in, and I like made sure I saved the roots, and I just replanted again. I bought some more soil because I bought a big bag, and I told my sister just take it home because I was just starting.
Yeah.
And so I ended up buying some more of that the Miracle Grow, like the
Yeah.
one from the dollar store, whatever. I bought that
Yeah.
one. And so I was like, okay, let me just start all over, but save the plant, the little lettuce that I had left.
Yeah.
And it seemed like it perked back up. And like Tashana said, it's light green, so I need to add some nitrogen.
Right.
Now
But it's
that
still just in that same size.
with that, I made a short out of that too. It's according to what your garden means to you. My garden is directly my garden is something that speak into my life. This when I get into my spiel of I've connected my garden to my life, and I'm very grateful that I did connect it to my life, because in the season that I'm in now, it speaks as to when I'm having bad days or whatever, I can come and
Yeah.
look at my garden and it tells me, well, if your garden is connected to your life, then how could you think it's going this way when it looks the way that it looks?
Mm-hmm.
So there was a point in my life where I came out here, and I have a short about this video.
Mm-hmm.
I came out here for a month, 2 months at a time, and my lettuce didn't go nowhere. It was stuck,
Yeah.
just stuck.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, if this is a direct, it's connected to my life, then I'm stuck somewhere in my life somewhere.
Right, right, right.
I had to let some people go that was pulling from you more than what you had on the inside of you. And sometimes you got to know when to
Mm-hmm.
let it go. That lettuce spoke to me in that way, and
Mm-hmm.
it was something that it needed, but I was giving more away than putting more inside of me.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I let those people go that I needed to let go, and
Uh-huh.
I began to focus on taking care of me,
Yeah.
guess what my lettuce did? It started to grow.
That's
It was
sprouted.
stuck.
Yes. Chacal, I
So
dropped it again.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
stuck in that place, and so I have the shorts the tell about it. And as soon as I did, it started to grow. And see, these the same lettuces that I just showed you not too long ago. This whole section that I showed you, it was all filled with lettuce, and
Wow.
my family done ate from it and everything. And now it's hot, so it's bolting. So
Mm-hmm.
now
Yeah. Okay. Vibe said, Tashanna, you grow a watermelon? Yes, she grows watermelon.
yeah.
But Tashanna, how long does it take for a watermelon to grow?
There's been some that I just throwed the seeds down on the ground, which is I did that too today, and I planted some in the thing. But um, you plant a watermelon within less than 2 months, less than a month. You will the vines will grow everywhere. Make sure you put them in a place where you don't mind that the vines taking over. But in 2 months, the watermelon will already be on the little watermelon will be on the plant already.
But how long does it take for it to like be ready to eat?
I want to say like 3 months, 3 to 4 months.
Months. That's why
Three
those
to
watermelon trucks that come here that go come from Mississippi, they come
Mhm.
once, they go make one big trip to
Right,
Mississippi and come back.
right. And
They
see,
don't go back and forth. That's probably
I
why.
usually don't buy seeds. Like, you can get a watermelon from the store and they got seeds in it.
Hmm.
I save the seeds from the watermelon in the store. That's how I first started
Yeah,
growing watermelon from the get go.
yeah,
Um, and just like that. So this my seeds that I saved. Then I just go and grab me a couple of them, about 12 of them,
yeah.
and planted them this morning. So.
Yeah, Vibe said her garden gives her so much peace. I know that's right.
Oh
Let me see.
yeah, that's a part of my spiel right there too. Is I talk about that, all the time. I say I be trying to intentionally be contagious.
Yeah, you are. Chacal said she's
Yeah,
listening. She needs to be working anyway. She said, okay, Chacal said, do watermelons require a lot of watering?
they do, and they like a lot of water, and they love nitrogen.
Okay.
It's one of them hungry. It's one of them hungry plants. So the same way I told you about the making the fertilizer with the green grass, you
Yeah.
can do the same thing with that. You just probably want to make sure you do it like once a week with them.
Wow. Vibe said life began in a garden, the Garden of Eden. That's a good
Wow, there you
analogy,
go.
Vibe.
See, I never thought
That's a
about it
good
in that way, but
analogy. Yeah.
I love that she just added that to that.
Right.
Absolutely. Life
It began
began
in a
in the
garden.
garden. Oh
That's what I
my
be feeling like
goodness.
it's a goal. I be feeling like it's like literally a life goal. Like if you could get me in a house and the house probably don't even matter about how the house is. My
Hmm.
goal is like just all that greenery and knowing how to maintain it and actually being able to eat from it, my family being able to eat from it. Like
Right.
it just seemed like the goal, the end goal vibe. That's exactly true. Look at your cow. She says so true vibe.
Wow. As much as I be talking about it, I never
Right.
thought about it. I never thought about it. So thank you, Vibes, for adding that. Now, if you don't don't tell me I stole it from you now. You hear me adding it to my spiel because now
Right.
you done took me to a whole nother level with
Right.
that one
Right. We
right
are
there.
definitely
I
using that.
never thought about it in that way. Look at these chickens. They waiting on them to get some
Look at that.
they waiting on these leaves that I done pulled.
Look how can somebody you that is like your everyday life. Somebody
Yeah.
like me is like, how in the world the fact that I can count on my one hand, maybe two hands, how many times I've ever seen a chicken. And that's because I took my kids to the zoo and went to the pet zoo park. That's all.
Uh,
I've never just seen no chickens willy-nilly in my life like that. And you live with them.
yes. It is. I think I'll be feeling like I live in a foreign country if I went somewhere and I can't hear this noise that they make.
Right.
It's like some people be like, I can't stand all that noise. Once you get used to it, it's like
You need the
music to
noise.
your
Wait on the
ears.
noise.
Yeah, it's like music to your ears.
So Tashana, what would happen if somebody picked you up, uprooted you with like no garden, that just living like how we've been living out here
I
without
definitely would
nothing? I ain't even got a plant in my house. I'm telling you, I don't even have a plant in my house. So like, what would you even do with that lifestyle?
still end up growing because I'm a figure everywhere, any and everywhere I go. Let me tell you something. When I go and visit people, literally, I ride down the road and I'm looking for other people's gardens and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm
look at you.
literally looking for it.
Let me take me down so they can see.
Yeah, they in their happy place. And look at her trying to pull her piece inside the house, inside her little house thing, so she can have it to herself. She don't want to share with nobody.
Y'all see
Yeah,
that?
they
Can y'all see that? Chakal said, she love it. She said, she had chicken and rabbits. She said they had, I think she talked about when she was younger. Only
and
rabbit that I saw or chicken was in that kitchen being cooked in my life. We didn't
oh
see that.
let me show you. I just walked past one of my mango trees.
Oh, well, let me see.
And
Chakal said you would be miserable if you
yeah,
if somebody put
no,
you back.
I wouldn't be miserable for long because honey, trust and believe me. Just want to see the mango growing.
Yes.
Then I
Y'all,
got
last
one.
year, Tashana had so many mangoes, she didn't know what to do with them.
Yeah, these right here, they grow these like massive. They grow like massive mangoes. They grow really, really big and long. Um,
But I've never
I
had a
got
mango. I've never had a mango
what
before.
in
I
the
had like
world?
mango flavored slushies or stuff like that, but I've never like eaten a piece of mango before. I'll buy it frozen and put it in
My
smoothies.
goodness.
Yeah.
Now let me show you the difference. That one I just showed you, and look at this one right here. How small it is. But
Right.
this
That's like
is
size
what
of a
you.
lemon.
But this was is what you would call a This is a regular size mango tree, like the mangoes they sell in the grocery store. It's just and then I got another one that grow like really, really small. They call them turpentine
Oh, I
mangoes
think I heard that before.
because they grow so little. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just showing y'all stuff on my way inside because the sun is coming out and
Yeah, you gotta get out of there.
yeah, I got to get out of the sun and I can't be. See, it's been overcast all day long.
Look at those
Um,
clear skies.
yeah, but
Oh,
these are the bell pepper plants that I was telling y'all about. I just uppotted,
okay. Those
but
are it.
I'm giving these are going away. And see my
Wow.
reservoir is sitting in water, so
Uh-huh.
I don't plant them. And then there's these ones I just put the watermelon in this morning. Even my cucumbers didn't come up, so I'm always telling y'all don't if it doesn't come up, just keep going and growing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Vibe said, just make sure that you say your friend Vibe said it. She said it's
I,
okay to say it. Just make sure you say our friend Vibe said it. Beautiful Hill said, "Do you eat the chicken's eggs?" Girl, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I done showed it. I done
Yep.
showed it on my thing. We eat the chicken eggs. We sell the chicken eggs. We give them away. They put out
Yep.
right now. They got eggs out there right now that my daughter was supposed to harvest this morning, and she did not. She ain't get them, so
And
they'll
they
be
don't mess
waiting.
with the eggs. Like once they lay them, they don't mess with
Mm-mm.
them or nothing, right?
But if one of them break, they'll eat it.
Really?
Yeah. Another thing is too is when they when you eat eggs or cook eggs or whatever like that, you you save the shells, save your shells and stuff like that, and you can feed them back to the chickens for calcium.
They'll
That help.
eat the eggshell.
Yeah, because like seashells and stuff like that is a part of their diet too. It it helps them like chickens got like a gizzard like thing that they eat like little seashells, like little rocks and stuff
I
that
did not
help
know
them
that.
digest to help them digest their food, and that calcium helps them create the egg shell that they need. Um, so my chickens they eat whole foods.
Okay,
Like
so the chickens will eat the egg if it cracks, but they won't crack the egg to eat.
no, you're right.
Wow. Now that's
Yep.
something.
Right, but if it crack and the inside of it start to come out, the child they gonna tear it up. They
So
gonna
it
eat it.
won't bother it otherwise. And they know
Otherwise,
what's in there.
no. Otherwise, they won't bother with it.
That's crazy. I'm gonna have to Google like why is that? It
Yeah,
gotta
like
be
if
a scientific
you
reason
mess
why.
around and drop one, you ain't got a chance to even turn around and pick it up and clean it up or no nothing, honey. They all over it like white on rice.
I can't wait to look that up.
Yeah,
Beautiful Hill said we had chicken. Oh, she said they had as a kid, she had chickens, pigs, and a goat. We had dogs. That's what we had. Some dogs.
boy, they
It was
had dogs.
she said it was in the city of Detroit. Vibe said, I'm not zoned to have chickens. I have to move about 5 miles out to the country. Oh, yeah. I heard people talking about that like recently about having to be zoned for having chickens.
Is
Beautiful
it
Hill said, I'm trying to
is
figure out, huh?
is she because sometimes people get it confused because they changed it in law a while back that you're allowed to have chickens, but it's actually the rooster that you're not zoned to have. So probably look into it again because of what people really have an issue with because at one point they said that like each person could have two at least two chickens. People think you need the rooster to be able to have chickens, and you don't need the rooster. You just won't have fertile eggs. All of my eggs are fertile because I have a rooster in with each one of mine. Only because I keep incubating and I incubate mine because I don't have a Brody chicken. All chickens will not sit on the egg and make them hatch. But when you
Oh,
get one, you can do it. But I use my incubator and it take about 21 days for you to incubate a chicken. So like when like the ones that you seen that I was showing you last, the chickens,
yeah.
those chickens are the ones that we will take to slaughter to so I don't
Oh,
my chickens come from my chicken pens.
right, right. That is amazing. That is
Yeah.
amazing. Tyson, I'm trying to figure out. Wow, one of my brown. Wow, one of my brown eggs. Wait, I'm trying to figure out. Wow, one of my brown eggs that I just brought look like it has a white daddy. What is this girl talking about? What are you talking about, girl? What is you talking about?
He was light skinned.
Right, Chappelle. I'm feeling what you
And
gonna feel it.
some of my eggs, you will see some of them they're dark. They'll be a dark brown color. Some of
And then
them be a
some are
light
like
brown. They just
yeah,
like
I
they
find that when I get it from the farmer's market, you get a dozen of eggs, it'd be like 50 shades of brown. And I'm like, why is that? And he was like,
absolutely.
just
But
because
that's
they
but that's real. Like they look in the grocery stores. they matching the color of the eggs
So they
together.
can be
But
more appealing,
when,
probably.
right, so that it be like one solid color. But eggs
That's
don't
what I
really
said.
do
Like, these
that.
eggs
You
don't
got
match. What's wrong with these eggs?
yeah, they when you get them from what's real, they 50 shades of gray.
Yes. Tell you what,
Hey,
so
they
just
all
like
different
Chicago,
colors.
I'm feeling some type of way when I was putting them in the egg container. I'm like, why this egg mixed? Your mom.
Right.
And your mom said, hey, grandma and Chad, I didn't know that you were live. Girl, yes, we over here talking about this growing. Tashanna's over here being the master grower over here and spending her time letting us know what we need to do, giving us 50 million tips. We consulted with her to make these vegetables grow in this house. Let me see. A vibe said, okay, I'm calling tomorrow to find out if I can get me some chicken. She go check about that rooster situation. Because, okay, wait, all chickens can lay an egg, but a rooster is the one that creates chickens, right? Is that what it is?
He is like the male. He's the male. And he's
But
the one that you hear all that crowing and stuff.
but
He
the
makes that
chickens don't need the rooster, though,
right.
right?
They don't if you want more chickens to produce more chickens, you need the chicken. But you don't need a you need the rooster. If you
You
want to in order for a chicken to lay an egg, you don't need
a
she gonna
rooster,
lay eggs regardless. They just
right?
won't be
That's what I
fertile.
learned. Uh-huh.
You know.
I
They
thought
just
they really did mate. I did not know that. I just found out. And then they also said that they lay about one egg a day.
sometimes and sometimes you got some chickens that'll do 2 eggs in a day.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is it
it's
based on anything in specific?
just the, it's just the chicken. You're just like you can look at a woman walking around and you don't know which woman gonna create a twin
Right.
or
Absolutely. Yeah.
quadruplets or whatever. So the same way they'll put out several different eggs. But for the most part, you do get about 1 egg per chicken a day.
Wait a minute. Tracal says she seen a light blue egg.
Yep,
How did they
you
get a
can
light
get a
blue
light
egg?
blue one. They because there's all different. Look up the chickens. Because I have some that's called Majesty. And I pick my chickens from the beginning because of like what color eggs that I wanted to have or whatever. But yeah, there's several colors. Just look up
They
the
taste
different
different.
chickens. Just, no, they taste the same. What I will tell you though is when you getting a egg from a farm or like from here, they don't have you ever I know you probably ain't never did it before, but taste your egg, cook them separately
You
that you
told me to
get
do
from
that before too. Yeah.
the grocery store and then cook the one from the farmers market and you should be able to taste that there's a significant it almost make you feel like it's something wrong with the eggs at the grocery store.
I'm gonna have to do that taste test.
Yeah.
Anybody said she
Let
was worried about it more than
anybody in the chat try it before. If you got a way that you can get fresh eggs that come from a farm, um, try it.
Chacal said, Angel Mom said she was wondering about these plants we was having over here. Yep, we tried to we didn't do an update, a formal update, like me and Justice showed the plants at Chacal and I think it's yours truly, or was it Virtuous Moment? We had a couple of people who been planting. Was Black Coffee planting with us too? So we do an update. But today I had questions that Tashanna agreed to come on here and answer some of my questions so I can make sure I'm doing this right. Let me see. Beautiful Hill said, I don't know if I would have ate the like blue at Chacao. Yeah, I would have been like, I would have been too scared and just too far, especially because I've never heard it until Chacao just said that. So that would have threw me off. I
Yeah,
would
you
not
can
be
get them. You can get them. They come in different colors and stuff like that. But they don't. You can. They some of them come. They'll be like a pinkish color with like polka dots on it, like a freckled chicken egg. They come in so many different ways, but it's the breed of the chicken that creates the shell. The color. It's just the color of a shell.
so
It's
it's
just like
different breeds of chickens.
yeah, there's all different kinds of breeds of chickens that there is. You just like you go to the grocery store, you see more white eggs than you do brown eggs.
Yeah, you do, but I've only seen
Yeah.
white and brown eggs in my life.
So
I seen
there's
those discolored brown ones at the farmer's market, but I ain't never seen nothing outside of a shade of brown or white.
Yeah. I listen, when we first started raising chickens, you couldn't pay me to eat no chicken from no egg from my chickens. I wouldn't. And then
Right. That's
eventually,
blind.
yeah, you start out in the beginning. You start out in the beginning. It's like, I've been
Yeah.
getting my eggs from the grocery store. That's where
Yeah.
I'm gonna get them from.
Right.
And then eventually you work your way into it, and you will find out that I'm telling you, anybody who try it, let me know that try it.
I'm
You
definitely
get an
trying.
egg from because I'm gonna tell you something about the ones from the grocery store. Sometimes you get eggs from the grocery store, and a lot of people don't do the egg test where they put their eggs in water, and you will find out that your eggs that you get from the grocery store, they all float up to the top of the water, which means they old as I don't know what. They've
I
been
remember
sitting
you
for.
told me that. I said I was going to start testing my eggs.
Yeah. And if they all sit down to the bottom, that the ones that sit to the bottom of the water is the fresh eggs. But most of your eggs you get from the store, they floating. That's the thing about getting them from the grocery store. You don't know how long they've been holding the eggs. You think them people pumping them eggs, they not going to no place where the eggs pumping out every day. They get the eggs as they come in or whatever, and you don't know how long they done sat there before they done sent them in, or what. You just don't know. But if you going to get them from a farm or something like that, you got to know. And sometimes you can't trust a lot of these people. The only way you can trust it, what you getting, is if you're growing it or you're doing it yourself.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. People can tell you at the grocery store that you getting organic. How the hell you know it's
No,
organic?
I have no
Hey,
idea.
they can still be selling because nothing don't look different between organic and the other
No.
stuff.
Nothing but the price.
They look
Nothing
just
but the
alike.
price was different.
That's hey, you don't the only way you truly know is you did it your own self. That's the only
Yeah.
way you know. So all you know is you paying for the same thing that you can get that's the regular thing over here.
Right.
Ain't nothing different. The
Wow.
only way you can look it up on here. There's a lot of places that they've been scamming people at the farmers market. Some people think they're doing something going to the farmers market.
Yeah.
Go look it up. It's right here on YouTube. You go to the farmers market and they got trucks that pull in that deliver stuff to the grocery stores, and they buy them by the box. There ain't nobody bringing them from their farm because farmers market is supposed to be
Yeah. Local
locally
farmers.
farmed stuff. No, they done actually got them and done find them and everything for it. So people do anything to make money. They getting them right out them boxes and stuff and put them on the thing and line them up as if they done grew it themselves or got it from somebody locally farmed. So they
I
get
think I'm gonna
fined.
do my due diligence this season, this summer, and I'm gonna try to for real because I've been lying about this for years. Back even when I ate meat, I was lying saying I'm gonna find a farm that does chickens there, like cut out the middleman, farmers
Mhm.
markets or the grocery store, and I never did it. So that was years ago. So now I think I am gonna try to get one that's like within an hour where I live at that I can just go visit once a week and literally just buy straight from them.
There's the place where I take my chickens to be slaughtered. They have live chickens. You can to do it yourself. You can go to a farm and you can just buy the chicken. Sometimes the chicken will cost you like $3 to know that it's organic. You can take it to the slaughter yourself. They will charge you about $4 to cut it up whichever way you want to. They will slaughter the chicken,
Are you serious? Y'all
clean
hear
it,
that?
everything. You can get the whole chicken for like $7. So the place that I go to, I take my own chickens. I put them in a cage and we take them there. And I'm there for like 30 minutes. It take them like 30 minutes to do 11 to 12 chicken. And they cut it up however it is I want it, but I don't usually require them to cut. I just want mine cut in half, and then I
Right.
bring it home and I do whatever else that I need to do with it. I just want it. I want them to process it for me. But my
Wow.
chickens, I take there. It's $4 a piece for me to but they're at the place. They raise their own chickens there. So you can literally go there. There's places that you can go and you can buy your own live chicken and have it slaughtered. And then that way you know what you're getting. Cause these people shoot stuff up in their chickens and stuff at the stores and all of that kind of stuff. And you still don't know what the hell you getting. So there's ways that you can go and you can go and do stuff
Wow,
And
I never knew that. I never knew
yeah,
that. Let me see. Fresh eggs are best vibe. Sandra Cal said, only thing I don't like about fresh farm eggs is that tiny red streak.
well, you take that's because that's coming from that's a fertile egg, which means it can create a baby. Anytime all of my chickens are fertile, so it'll have a little red dot. It'll have a little red dot on the
I
inside.
do remember saying, you
Yeah,
know what, you can. Yes, when I bought the you let me tell you, this is what happened with the eggs. I bought those eggs. I opened a couple of those eggs and I saw like these red things. And I don't remember finishing those eggs. So I was like, something is wrong.
there's nothing wrong with the egg at all. That just means that it's a fertile egg that you can actually incubate in,
Okay, so why we don't see that at the store then?
because they don't have a rooster in it. It's just a chicken. And if you go and see how they keep those chickens, they keep them in their own little box in their own little area. They don't even get to walk around or anything. They
Yeah,
just stuck in this one place and they just sit there and eat all day and they drop eggs out they butt. But
yeah,
they're not in contact with no male or no nothing. See
right.
here, a male is he if the girl chickens be fighting, he'll break them up and stop them from fighting. If
Yeah,
if harm coming around, he'll start making a whole bunch of noise and stuff. He will fight to defend
yeah.
the girl chickens. So there's different things that they do. But if you see an egg that has that nothing to it, just get a spoon and take that little red dot from out of there. It doesn't mean anything is wrong. It's a fertile chicken egg. That's it. You don't get it from the grocery store because those girls never come in contact with a male chicken. So you wouldn't have that red dot there.
Oh, Chakal, she said the eggs fake, left all out, fake floaters. When they float, yeah, I gotta try to do that. I remember you told me that before, and it slipped my mind. If they float, it's no good. Let
Yeah,
me see. Lisa said, "Hey,
it,
Lisa Parker. Hey, goodbye, everybody. Fresh eggs are the best." I think I
yeah,
didn't taste the egg, y'all. I think I got that dozen of eggs, and I could have fed them to the kids, but it was not sitting right with me simply because they didn't come out of the store.
yeah.
And tell you the
It's
truth,
nothing
typically
wrong
they
with
come out the
nothing
store
wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's a fertile chicken egg. That's all. That's the difference between the two.
No, we're not saying fake eggs, Angel Mom. She said we said that there are fake eggs out there. Sorry, Mr. I had a call. No, not saying there's fake eggs. Saying that she was just saying by the time we get our eggs in the store,
Yeah,
that
they're
it's
not
very
fresh.
likely that they're no more good. And to test that, you can put them in floating water. If they float to the top, they're not any more good. If they sink, they're good.
Now,
So
if they
that's
go
what she was
halfway,
saying. Yeah.
if they go halfway, they float halfway and just kind of linger there. It doesn't mean that they're no good. It's just
Oh, older.
it's
Now, okay,
not
I'm
as
sorry.
fresh.
Okay, not
It's
a
not
fresh
as fresh.
egg. It's
The
an
higher
older
it
egg if it
float up,
floats. I'm sorry.
the higher up it float in the water, just and it just sit there and bob, the older the egg is. When it sit down to the bottom on the bottom of the water, it means the egg is it's fresh. So you can know
Chakala
how fresh
said,
your egg is from the store.
right. She said, Chakala said, so what chicken makes the white shell? You know what breed it is of chicken
Uh,
that makes
um,
white?
a meat bird. They call
A
it a
meat
meat
bird?
bird. It's a white chicken in general.
Okay.
They
But is
create
any
white.
white chicken called a meat bird? You want to eat that for dinner? Yeah. Okay. So you is it only white all the white chickens called a meat bird, or is it white chickens of different breeds?
In my experience, I may be saying it wrong, but I had a couple of meat birds before, but I don't have any more. The two that I had, the raccoon. I told you I got a raccoon that had got into he
Yeah.
got 9 of my chickens. So
Oh,
yeah, it took me a minute to figure out how he kept getting in. Is like in every place that I shored up or whatever, it wasn't the right place, but we
wow.
eventually we eventually got it under control. Because I was
Good.
looking to, I was looking to pop him and not with the BB gun.
Right.
And he was it had been a couple of times I've been on live and the chickens were sounding off out there. But yeah, he had people coming from different directions because we was at him. And I guess he caught wind that these folks trying to get rid of me. You better go somewhere else and find your
Don't be
meal. Cause
right.
You becoming a
Exactly.
problem.
Lisa said
Yeah.
fresh eggs, you can leave out on the counter. Yes, they have. See, I learned that too. You can leave on the counter as store-bought eggs. You have to put in the refrigerator. And see, that's the thing we discussed that before. It's freezer, baby. We discussed that before. Like I used to think I knew somebody who kept their eggs on the counter. I'm looking like they got to be the nastiest thing, whatever. I called myself, get home, Googling what it was, and sure enough, on Google they said that you can leave the eggs out there, but it's supposed to be a thing like Lisa said that if they've been refrigerated, like if the store has them in the refrigerator, you should continue to keep them in the refrigerator. But yes, those fresh eggs are not. So I don't think I will be able to keep them out because that's just the stigma I have about eggs, the way I grew up. But you don't have to refrigerate them. But you build.
I forgot my one of my children just came.
Yeah,
But when you have fresh eggs, as long as you don't clean them, you put them on, leave them on the counter. You can leave them up there 2, 3 weeks, so forth and so on. And I still guarantee you, they will not float up to the top. They still be a fresh egg. Now, once you clean them,
you mean
once
just
you clean,
washing the outside?
yeah, once you wash the outside of the egg or whatever, it takes the protective coat that's on the egg off. And so at that point, you need to
So
refrigerate
it's a
them.
protective coat on the outside of the egg.
Yes, that the chicken naturally puts on the egg
Is it
as
like
it lays.
sticky or you
It
can't
is
tell?
sticky it is sticky at first. If you go out and okay, say the chicken just laid the egg
Yeah.
and you can go and get it and it got like a little like a sticky film to it or whatever and it's very warm. So it put
Oh,
like a protective coat over the top of it. Now
right.
once you go and wipe them down and stuff like that, you remove that protective coat that's on them and you need at that time you need to refrigerate them after you clean them.
Oh, after you clean them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. But do you think the ones at the farmers market have been cleaned?
I don't know.
You gotta ask probably.
I wouldn't know. Is I don't I wouldn't I me myself once I put eggs in the carton and I have people that give me cartons all the time. I can show you actually. I got eggs right now.
Let me see. Let me see what your cow say. I don't put it past these people. They can be making these eggs in a plant. That's why I said fake eggs. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
And see how they so many different colors?
Yes. Let me put you on a big one. Hold on, hold on. Let me take me down.
Yeah, so they all kind of mixed. They was cheating. Somebody was cheating.
Look at that, y'all. Shakira said, okay, thank you. Okay, Stephanie Ahead TV has entered the chat. Thanks for coming. Make sure you subscribe. Angel Mom said, okay, that's thanks. I understand. I'm learning. So yeah, Tashanna is going. It's gonna be a lot of stuff you learn whenever she hits the channel. Whenever you go over to her channel is full of stuff to learn, like about the fire but not the fire. I'm all together learning something every time she hit that uh live button. But yeah, so that's going on. What's going on about the eggs? Yep, I feel like I really got to link with at least a farmer. The stuff I know I'm not going to do myself, at least link up with a farmer. That's what I got to do.
And if you do the egg test, make a short out of it so we can see.
Oh yeah, if I go when I go to the farmers market, oh, I'm
Yeah,
definitely doing a taste test on that. I'm
yeah.
gonna go buy some. And
The floating thing, and
yeah,
then
do
do
the flow and
the
actually
egg
cook
test.
it and do the whole thing.
I like your videos. Come here. Did you know? love, I love that. Every time
But
you
you
said
know
that,
what?
I
I'm
was
about
like,
to do one. Let me write it down because I'm about to do one. Did you know that if these eggs float to the bottom,
come
I'm definitely
here,
about to do
come
one
here
on
for a
that.
minute. Did you know that one about that worm was like, oh, gross.
But yeah.
Oh God, and I didn't even know that he got all them different eyes and everything. I
Yeah,
hope,
12 different eyes.
yeah.
Caterpillars
Hmm.
have 12 eyes. Let me see. Do you sell your eggs and how much do you sell them for?
Yes, I will sell them, and if whatever I see at the grocery store, If for an organic egg, because my eggs are definitely organic. I feed
Right.
my chickens organic. They only eat whole corn, sunflower seeds, mealworms, and rolled oats.
Yeah.
And the rocks. So I feed them organic. And so whatever the price is at the grocery store, I cut the price in half. Whatever
Okay.
if so if the grocery store is selling organic eggs for $20 right now,
Right.
I'm selling them for 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
that's only because like I ain't trying to rip nobody off, and that me selling them like that, then give me let me make my money to feed my chickens
Absolutely
to
right.
feed them back. Yeah.
That's
So
right. That's right.
it costs me anywhere from $100 to $200 a month to feed them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Chakal said, Gamma, will you start eating chicken if you get fresh from a chicken farm? Absolutely not. I don't do the
that question
I'm
too.
trying to explain to people. I'm not a pescatarian based on health. Obviously, that is not. I'm only pescatarian because I watched the documentary about how chickens are done, how
Yeah.
they're done, and then that set in after that. That set in the thought about like eating flesh and all that, get into the like what am I really eating? And then I just wanted to just eat stuff that's like primarily grown. Sugar ain't grown. The kind of sugar I eat is not grown. This bread that I'm eating ain't grown. This pasta that I'm eating is not grown. I know I eat that too, but the animalistic something clicked in my brain and I'm not able to do nothing. I struggle with fish and shrimp.
It
Fish and
just kind of grossed you out. So you saw something that grossed you out that made
yeah,
you switch it
simply
up.
gross me out. And
Yeah.
I always say I wish they would create something about some cakes and some cookies and stuff like that to gross me out, but they came out with they don't want us to know about that. They will gross you out with that. So
Yeah.
until they come out with something like that that I can look at and let that click and stop, I don't know what's gonna happen with me. I don't know. Good live. Everybody have a good okay. Thanks for coming, Lisa
Yeah,
Parker.
my kids starting to trickle in from school now and everything, so I'm about to get ready to get up out of here. But
Okay, great.
I have thoroughly enjoyed the conversation.
Yeah,
Point
always
blank
enjoy
period.
conversation with you.
Yeah.
Tanya said she eat monk fruit. What's monk fruit? Oh,
I
that substitute for sugar. I think that's what that is.
never tried that before. I
Monk
never heard
sugar.
of that.
Okay, yeah, yeah. She said, no, I think that's a substitute for sugar. I've heard
Oh,
that
okay.
before. I don't
Yeah,
know if I've
no.
ever tried. I think I just saw it. I never tried it. I gotta look into that, Tanya, because I need to. But my problem is that I be wanting store bought sugar stuff, so they probably not using it. I don't know. But thanks for coming up to Shine. I sure
You
appreciate
are
you
welcome.
all of the knowledge that you have. You're the gardening guru around here. So we be depending on you to let us know if we're doing
Don't
stuff
be
wrong or
don't be
right.
putting that out to the people. Then I be done mess around and told y'all something and it don't work.
Well, to
Just
the
the way
best, the
that
guru
Shauna
of your
told
garden.
me.
You're the guru of your garden, and it's
Right.
working.
Okay, I could go for that
And
right
now we just want
there.
you to be the guru of our gardens too.
Okay.
Yeah, I put it
We
like
could go
that.
for that.
So
So
thanks for
y'all, thank
coming
y'all
up.
for having me.
Okay.
Talk to
Thanks so
y'all later.
much. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Lisa says, before I go, if I watch a documentary about the chicken, the pigs, and the cows, I won't eat meat for a while. Yes, Lisa, that's what did it for me. I was like, you telling me what? The chickens packed in that coop. They couldn't even move. It's dead chickens in there. Those chickens starting to eat on those chickens. It was too much. Too much. Jackal said, thanks to China for your knowledge. Great live. She can still hear us. Okay, y'all, thanks for coming in here. We got some information on how we can continue to grow. So much good information every time. That's crazy how she give us so much information every time. And it's like you think you have everything you need, but then in a couple of weeks you got more questions. Then we talk to her and we got 50 million other answers that we wouldn't even thinking that we had questions for. Guys, I said I'm live. Jesus. They give us 50 more. She gives us 50 more answers to the questions we didn't even know we had. Let me see. I'm looking forward to more ideas from you, Tashanna. Yes, Tashanna, no, we depend on her. She know, but y'all make sure y'all go over. Let me see if I can still paste that. Oh, dang. I took it out. I was trying to paste her channel, but let me see. For people who didn't get it, I'm just going to grab it one more time. Life with Tashanna. I'm going to grab it one more time, y'all, so that y'all have it. Go over there. She has so many Like y'all can also watch her recent journey with her cancer that she's fighting and in the midst of being healed from. I'm trying to get her channel. Y'all can watch that too, but a lot of her content is about her gardening, period. And her lives and her videos are just good anyways. Like she talks about other life, a lot of life situations, and it's so good. Let me see. I'm trying to get it so I can put it in here for anybody who didn't get it. Yeah, okay, that's it right there. Vibe said, I'm looking for some more ideas. Okay, yep. So there it is. So y'all click that link if y'all are not already subscribed to her. I know some of us are already subscribed to her. Grab her link. If y'all to replay, y'all don't have her link, y'all go over there, okay? Thanks for coming over. I'll see y'all later. I hope to see y'all over on It's Gavin's World later today, okay? Y'all have a good day. I got to go repot some lettuce, y'all.